Hey everybody, this is me, TheAFKNacho, and joining me on the line this week, like every week, is my wonderful co-host, the other head of the 10th point, Gosmith. Hi, Gosmith.
Hey,
Uh, we are what?
are we
What?
live? It doesn't seem to be the case as far as I can see on Twitch.
No, we're live. We should be live. I think you just have
We
delayed.
are live on Twitch. We are live on Twitch. I'm on Twitch.
Never mind, I just can't seem to find it. Ah, it is. It was just like being slow on my end.
It does have the wrong week under it, but
Dun.
Rest me.
Okay, I fixed it. All right. So we are. We have 10 play. We have 9 players or 10. We have. There's been like a late time drop, which we haven't exactly figured out if the person was actually dropping. So we'll figure out what that means in probably throughout the tournament. We have 10 players or 9 players today, ready to bring you some powerful calendar action. We are kind of getting ready to go, so we don't want to keep them waiting for longer than necessary. Just a couple reminders. If you are not sign on to the Discord, the exclamation point Discord will get you there. The Discord is great, full of very helpful people, and also it's what we use as a base for an announcement and stuff. So, like, if you want to join the tournament, it's a natural place for you to be. I have next event set up. I'll have next event set up in a second. That's gonna be just the link.
You prioritize that for now.
That's gonna just be the link to the tournament. Is gonna be up. In a minute. Also, just a reminder that if you want to bring if you want to sign up to this tournament, you can, and if you want to subscribe to this channel, you also can. That's actually what I meant to say in the first place, and then I said a different thing. But as a reminder, that is a great way to support the channel, and it helps us doing things like putting prizes on the line at the end of the season. So if you felt like pushing that subscribe button, especially if you have a Prime sub, you can absolutely help the channel by doing that. Exclamation point next event is set up now. You can now check what the link to the next event right there. I don't want to hyper play the speed any longer, so I'm just gonna make some pairings happen, and then we can get started. So
I guess I'll join in commentary.
Yeah, Tim. The way that this is gonna work out is that you're gonna have the buy unless loading shows up, and then
So who do we want to watch?
So I'm looking.
We could watch Necro. This is probably our only chance to watch Necro if we want to watch Necro.
I think if it's going to be a full match.
What do you mean a full match?
You'll find out. Let's keep it a secret for now. Then let's watch Necro.
Are we gonna watch Necro? That Marco see what Necro's on. This is gonna be great.
And I think she knew this was gonna happen. We all knew this was gonna happen. Let's explain what's gonna happen as soon as we get the matchup, because Necro's bringing something that's both neat, cute, and spicy. Got a bit of a curry in there as well, apparently.
I have no
Well,
idea.
definitely-
I have no idea what you're talking about. So
Actually,
Oh, you're fine.
we'll save it for the one person here and possibly the viewers as a surprise for themselves. I'm actually not sure what Evius is on. Evius has actually been trying a lot of different decks this season.
So neither of this player is
neither of them have
able to
hand
do
cams.
hand
That's
cams.
sad.
So we
could do.
are going to
Well,
do something
I know
else.
what Wolfgang's on, right? We know what Symbolman's on. Do we want to tune in? Well, I know what Blahguy's
Evius is
on.
definitely
So,
a no.
Blahguy said that he was considering running new decks.
Blahguy is a no. I'd say probably lean towards Symbolman and Lucas.
Actually,
Because
can do.
I generally feel like Wolfgang is one of those. We will see Wolfgang
Sure.
at some point or another. We'll see Wolfgang. It's not a question.
yep.
And if not, 1 week off seeing Mono Red, we'll probably survive this one. We've seen it play once or twice. Hashtag someone bring some counter hate, and then when the people bring the hate for the Mono Red, people bring Storm. We need to
Hey,
side
I
with
bring the
people.
same deck every week, and it's terrible against Mono Red. So
Case in point. You're part of a problem here. Zannty,
it's
you are
my wallet's part of the problem, but
you're basically like the dealer here for the drug addicts. That's what you are.
hey, you want to get free wins? Play Mono Red and get paired against me.
I mean, that's pretty accurate. Like, as
I've beaten Mono Red a
very
couple
close
times,
at
and
this
it's
moment.
been quite impressive what I do. And
as one of the I'd argue actually of the online community, I'd say Lowman02 is probably the most knowledgeable on this format. And while we haven't sadly had him on commentary recently, he's had to prioritize some stuff IRL. One of the things he's recently been stating is that he believes the 4 best decks are Mono Red, Storm, because those 2 are just very consistent, quick kill decks. Then it's a Oracle combo, which is a more controlling combo deck. Also quite consistent in being a powerful 1-2 punch, while still having the disruption that you get from a more controlling deck.
we're watching Lucas and Boy, right?
Yeah, we're
Yes.
watching Symbolman versus Loha. I'm working on the hands right now.
Oh, Luca loaded the wrong deck.
And the 4th deck you find often is Death and Taxes, which is a very much of a aggressive mid-rangey white deck, which can use a lot of different tech cards to hate on things like artifacts, non-creature spells, graveyards, a lot of things, and just kind of just get them with solid cards that way. And again, like, Mono Red is just a deck that over time has just gotten slightly better card here, slightly better card there. Like, literally with this new set, like, I'll admit, Syndicate Rising, which is coming out, I believe next week sometime, is definitely a set that has a lot of possible cards for the red deck wins archetype. But it is. I think the Rolling Eruption is a perfect example of just red deck wins. Like, we get a 2 mana sorcery that deals 3 damage.
Do you
That
think
is
that you're gonna play it instead of
insane.
Volcanic Hammer, or do you think you're gonna play it in addition to Volcanic
So
Hammer?
this is definitely a question, and I think this is a question of how do you prefer to play your red deck wins. I think Wolfgang and I are both in agreement that we believe that an additional Volcanic Hammer is something we're more than happy to get. Like, we're already playing Volcanic Hammer, not because the card's good, it definitely isn't, but because we want a certain amount of those cards.
Strictly worse than Fire Ambush.
Yeah. Except not really, but
It's just
It's
Fire
strictly
Ambush,
equal to
but
Fire
it is. But people know it more. Therefore, it is strictly worse. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
definitely. It's actually strictly better because it's cheaper, price-wise.
In terms of like actual dollars that you need to pay.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
God is Fire Ambush. It's not a cheap card.
Is it cheap in paper? I actually don't know.
I don't believe it is. It's quite an old card. I haven't actually checked.
I mean, it's in one of those fake sets, right? So it's. If you told me that this was random,
Yeah, those make sense.
if you told me
Oh
that
my
this
God.
was. God damn
Just to
it, Luca!
The Simpleman wanted to be on the play since he had to play in the first game that they had to restart, and so Luca was restarting to make sure Simpleman's on the play.
Beautiful, truly beautiful. The beauties of MTGO.
Oh, isn't it just great, guys?
It's
Well, I mean,
MTGO is a
to
great.
be fair, we are trying to
great-
use MTGO to do something that it wasn't exactly designed for,
Exactly.
and that maybe it should have been. Like,
mean, Arena
I
is-
don't know,
For,
but like,
showing off.
yeah,
games.
I don't know that this would be necessarily significantly easier on Arena for sure.
No, but like I think like the jump between showcasing Magic on an online platform just isn't inherently that easy.
Do we have hands from Simpleman, by the way?
He is not currently sharing. Oh, there you go.
Okay. You ask and you shall receive.
Yeah,
How this works, right?
So it seems like I imagine that we'll see Lucas on the. Never mind. Lucas has changed deck once again. Last week,
What?
Lucas, and the prior week, I believe. I'm actually not sure what he was
Luca
on.
was on Just Guy. Last week, Luca was on Just Guy.
Then he's probably on Jeskai again, I imagine, because this looks like a Jeskai list.
Yeah.
But the 2 prior weeks, he was playing a 5-colored, all the greed, all the value deck.
He didn't
That's
have
all we need to know.
all of the greed, just most of it.
No, all of it. Like 99. Okay, 99%.
Like 99%
we've
of the
got
greed.
here.
The amount
I'm
of
offended.
the greed that has been estimated to the deck.
This hand seems fine from Luca, though.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward that you have like double blue spells and you only have 1 colored source.
You have
But-
the Serum Vision, though, that will
Exactly, Serum
hopefully get you there. You fetch for a Tundra first, and then you can cast all your white spells as well on this deck.
Most likely.
Ooh,
Then-
mold of 5 to Simpleman, which on the play, mulling to 5 is not
Yeah.
great.
But Eldammer's Call is really one of those cards that can get you out of anywhere. Like, the Simple Man's list plays just a straight up 1-card combo in the form of Spellseeker.
That is true.
And we do actually have a command now. If I can remember how it's spelled. I did. So we have the command exclamation mark time walk, which explains in essence the time walk combo that revolves around Spellseeker.
Now, the lines in getting Spellseeker, that's the fun part.
Yes.
But
Well, you can use this magical card called Eldammer's Call, which gets you just about any creature from your deck. And when I say just about, I mean literally any. Any
yes.
creature you couldn't get without
if they end up printing double-faced creatures, where creatures are the double or the backside, then they can't get you there.
I was thinking
That's
something like that.
That is actually already a thing. There is already a card, at least one card that has. That
What card is backside as a creature?
What is it? Elbrus the Binding Dagger. The front is like an equipment.
Oh yes, the like equipment that equips for like 1 billion. That
it equips for a single generic. It just
it's 7 mana.
Yeah.
There's also the land from.
There's also Westville Abbey. You're correct.
Exactly, Westvale Abbey. Is that the right name?
So,
Can't remember.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh, we have a straight up just time walk in hand. Pretty good draw.
Interesting.
Yeah, we see Lucas finding Preordained off the top.
Now, it's interesting. I actually liked casting Serum Visions before Preordained, and the reason was in case you didn't hit your land drop, you maximize your chances of hitting a land drop this turn.
Agreed.
It seems a little awkward. Well, Luca appears to have hit it anyways. But it seems a little counterintuitive. But
I think in this situation where you really, if you're fine with only playing one of them, I think Serum Visions is the one I want to get out first. But like, if you're as desperate for the second land as you were, casting Serum Visions and then casting another thing, especially because if you go that, then you could possibly even hold up like swords if you drew a white source following that. Now we're just gonna keep up Mana Lake or counterspell if need be. Likely not. And then
do we see an attack? We do not. I do like the no attack. I like the.
I do like it too. No real reason to tap out.
You're probably not winning this game through damage, at least not right now.
I'm curious, are we going to see a Monastery Mentor come down here?
I wouldn't. I'd
I
probably
don't
click.
Yeah, I don't imagine we're
I'd probably
keep
click
either.
end step, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, especially if they cast Little Damage Call, then I'm just slamming my click.
Click once they cast this out.
Actually, they
So we're gonna see a Serum Visions holding up Mana Leak.
seems so. I don't hate this either. Definitely not a bad choice. I do think if you do this, you should do it prior to playing your
Playing
Wasteland.
your land.
Actually, then again, then you can get an instant spell casted you while you're not able to cast your Mana Leak. So there's that. Do find the additional land in Hell Fountain. Quite a good draw. Not sure what else we saw on top or bottom, but probably pretty good results. Always great to cast the Serum Visions and set up your next couple turns. Yeah, Simple Man's position here is just falling behind quickly. It was a really solid hand against a lot of decks. Like just having like that mana ramp and the damage call is not bad for 5-card hand, and then Time Walk just boy. But interesting choice. I'm not gonna get a blue source here. It's more than happy with the one blue source they have in hand.
I think he's gonna try and cast out
It's a
Dominus
wasteland.
Ball here. But I honestly don't like that. I kind of like.
Yeah, you could just have gotten a blue-green source, then could you not?
Oh, now you can just
I
cast it.
don't like this wasteland here.
No, you're using Wasteland to hold up Counterspell. Like this is. I just like this as well.
Yeah, this is something I feel could get incredibly punished. Like, yeah, I think the main argument for why you would wasteland here is that you think your opponent can't really do anything.
Yeah, but if you Wasteland, if you get a basic force knowing that your opponent is on, like your opponent fetches a basic force when they know you have Wasteland, you're probably not mana screwing them, because the best way to fight Wasteland is just get more non-basics, right? Like you can't Wasteland all the non-basics.
Well, sometimes.
Oh yeah. In certain decks, like I'm assuming in this deck where I'm probably not seeing a rammed up Excavator or a Crucible of Worlds coming out.
Am I missing something here? Or is the creature just getting tapped for no reason?
Are you thinking about fielding? This doesn't. I don't.
That is actually an option. Yeah, I don't hate that actually. Get a probably a.
You field his untapped source.
Yeah, you get a planes here.
Yeah, so you're fielding, get a planes, and then you're casting. Now the unfortunate thing here, and I dislike this play as well. He has mana floating, right?
Agreed.
So if he has mana floating, you can float your mana as well. I just wait to see what he does with the mana floating before. I guess you don't actually get to wait to see because it's your turn.
If both players have mana floating, and your opponent says, "I want to pass," who has it's the person who has turn who has to say, "I want to pass" first, correct?
Yeah. So Luca has to say, "I want to pass" first.
Exactly.
So
in that manner,
which, to be honest, though, I would have probably just gotten it. I would have floated an island and then gotten the planes, right? Held up this for a little longer.
Yeah, I don't think it was worth really, honestly, sourcing that.
No, like the Paradise Druid wasn't doing anything, right? Like,
yeah,
it was just.
I think getting like a blue source.
It was basically a land drop, and on a mold of 5, that extra land drop isn't doing a whole lot.
I really don't like the line of just. I wasn't actually that big a fan of even using the ruin.
The field was interesting. I don't know if it's correct or not. It uses mana the most efficiently.
Absolutely, but I don't think this is the kind of matchup where it's needed. Like you weren't like suddenly you're not playing around like actually you're not playing around spell pierce, which you could like suddenly.
Yeah, like I think the reason why you do it though is to just fix the mana colors that you have, right? You do it so you get white mana, which you don't have.
I think considering that Lucas knows this matchup, they should also know that something like Spell Signature much more important target for Swords to Plowshares. Now, yes, they do have counter spells up their ass.
Well,
They also
now
have-
he's gonna be able to click the Ephemerate away. Like, so it's
True.
not super simple about how you're winning this game from Simpleman either. Well, Wolfgang appears to be done with his match already.
Naturally.
I wonder who won that match now.
Oh, wow.
You'll never know.
AFK is
Oh.
a...
That does not sound how I expected it to sound, but
So
What
I
did
just
you
like
do?
basic planes here. Like, you could play the Fountain here untapped. I don't think the 2 damage is going to matter at all. And here, because you know your opponent got an Ephemerate, you have to play the click now if you're going to play it. That, or you're going to have to resign the fact that you want to counter it. I think there's arguments to be made for both. I think if you choose to counter it, you might
he's
play
not
the
gonna.
other Fountain. Wow, drawing Neoform as well. Like, these are some great fucking draws from Simpleman.
These are great draws. It is a little awkward. I actually want to start with Time Walk here.
I don't agree.
Well, I want to start with Time Walk to draw the second land, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say just play Elvish Visionary and see if you're.
Oh, Elvish Visionary, fair. That's a better way of drawing the second land. That's fair.
Because it sets up the new form as well, possibly.
Yes.
Now, the one problem with that is you can't easily. Oh, Jesus Christ! You can't hold off both Ephemerate and Time Walk in that case. But I think that's fine. I think just waiting a turn, setting up, drawing some cards.
And I think it's a big mistake from Luca not.
I expect Luca to mana leak this. Yep.
Which is just he has Ephemerate though. Now you're not mana leaking the Ephemerate, and it's.
And I don't like it.
Like I think you had to do the click then. I also think you should be main phasing Ephemerate now, right? Like while your opponent's like neither player has taken advantage of their opponent being tapped out, and I dislike.
Your opponent clearly does not have Spell Pierce. They would have played that probably earlier and countered your card. So that only leaves like basically Lightning Bolt.
I do not like this coming untapped. I wish this came in untapped.
Yeah, but specifically because you have the Snapcaster. Now, if you already resigned yourself to Infinite Leaguing, I can see that. But then, in that case...
But I mean, he's going to cast... Simpleman's probably going to cast Ephemerate here, and you're probably forced to counter it.
Agreed. Actually, then again, I'm not sure I agree. I'm not sure Simpleman's going to cast Ephemerate here. Because if they didn't do the last turn, that's because they're afraid of a remove spell. And if you're afraid of a remove spell, they're not going to do it either, probably. Like you said, you should have done the last main, exactly.
Yeah. There have been multiple times where both players had the opportunity to do something when their opponent was tapped out, and neither has. And I think that's hurt them a fair amount.
Yeah, I think if you do it, you either wait and get greedy, like we're seeing now, or you just kind of like go for it, like with Ephemerate and everything. Last turn, and we didn't see the Ephemerate play, so I think the take your time line. But
I think we're gonna see a Time Walk here.
It feels like I feel like that's gonna be the case.
Mm-hmm. You can't Neoform your Spell Seeker.
No, that's the thing. Even so, like, what do you get? I guess you get a Palace Jail or something. Probably the best you can get here.
I dislike the counterspell here. Like, you have to deal with this Ephemerate, and you don't have a way to deal with this Ephemerate now.
Now, the funny thing here, and it's not quite obvious, but yet again, we're just not seeing the Ephemerate come down here.
Ooh, are we gonna see a Daredevil Time Walk?
I'm trying to think, is there anything that's worth Lamar's calling for? But I imagine, we're just gonna see. If you want to be real greedy, and I don't recommend this, you could play Monastery Mentor and just go like, please don't do anything, please don't do anything, and then just set up the Time Walk play. Is it incorrect? Absolutely.
Well, the other thing about this is it exiles the Time Walk permanently.
Exactly, which is really important. Like,
the combo no longer works now unless he can save the Time Walk immediately, which I don't think he can do.
It's actually the main reason to do this, not actually the extra turn. Don't get me wrong, an extra turn is great, but it kind of
It's kind of the secondary bonus here, right? Like you're like, oh, I get to take an extra turn as well as ruining my opponent's combo. Sure.
Yeah, like, what are you gonna do? Like, I guess yeah, you can keep up counter spell, but you know what? You already had Vigility and Click. I could deal with that.
We have a fire now.
Oh, we have
So this is I like casting Click here, or this is Fire Ice, right?
Yeah, I think specifically, I feel like we're so much in control that just passing here after attacking is just fine. Like, I don't hate playing a monastery, but I just don't feel like that's a good
I
route
think
to
what you could do here is you could be doing Click your opponent, then they probably cast Ephemerate on their Spellseeker, and then you can fire their Spellseeker in
No, I
response.
think I really don't have not been liking the way Lucas played this game.
I don't like casting this Monastery Mentor.
No, I don't hate it. This is definitely not the play I feel like has been the.
We're gonna see kind of forced into casting this Ephemerate, and then
Oh no!
now we get the fire.
Oh, the pain!
When he finally decides to do it, he has the removal spell.
Oh, God. Lucas, are you BMing now?
Come on, Luca. Like,
What?
are you serious?
What?
He
What?
let it. Wait, I don't understand.
What?
What is happening?
What?
Okay, I don't want to be mean
This
to
game
either player,
doesn't make
but
sense.
I think both players have played this very poorly at this
So-
point.
No, I don't
I
think
have
the
defense.
has been playing that badly. To be fair,
So the thing
are you
about
getting swords?
Luca
think it's a
getting
combination.
it here is if they actually cast fire right now on the Spellseeker, there's no valid targets for Ephemerate, so it stays in exile forever.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yes, but he already can't combo off,
Very
right?
good deal.
Like his combo's already broken. I would have rather just let this this.
Right. Let me just kind of argue. In a way, the main combo isn't actually the Time Walk combo. It's the Ephemerate Ewit combo. Now, the best card that just happens to be you happen to be able to get back with the Ewit combo is Time Walk.
Yeah, but you're giving your opponent the best card in the best instant or sorcery that's 2 CMC or less in this scenario, right?
Absolutely.
Which I don't think is necessary. Like
Why did they get swords?
they got swords to deal with the mentor. I don't agree with it, but you
I
know,
don't
as
think
with
so.
everything in this game,
Admittedly, I don't
it has
think
happened.
that many targets of Spellseeker beyond like the Call, couple tutors, like Neophone.
When
Then
you see
the
if the Rakdos come down here,
maybe regrowth, I imagine you probably run as well.
snap counterspell. Actually, snap Mana Leak. Leave the counterspell in your graveyard.
Yes, that Mana Leak seems pretty solid here.
Okay, and this is packed in.
I mean, definitely not an easy game for Simpleman to win, but I feel like if he abused the mistakes on Luca's side,
Yeah,
I
both
think
players
like-
made mistakes. I think if that game was played optimally, Luca wins that game. But I think Luca gave Simbleman the opportunity to win that game multiple times.
I really like Lucas's hand here.
I like Simpleman's hand too. I think that's a second land I see.
No, I don't think that's a land on the left actually. I think this is
There is a
green
seventh
land.
card we don't see.
It's some like white bordered card, and I have no
It's
clue what
Wood
it
Elves.
is. It's Wood Elves. That makes
What
sense.
else? Okay. I still like Simbleman's hand. You get to play Wall of Roots into
Yeah, specifically because
and
it's Wood Elves, I actually don't hate it. Had it been like any other random
now
green,
it's kind of interesting. If Luca has a white source here, he just gets to. I would swords this elf so hard.
but he doesn't have a sword. It's path.
I know. Or he has a path. Oh, I guess path doesn't work. Never mind.
Pyroclasming two elves is not bad.
Oh, Pyroclasm and Deafening Clarion. This is gonna be rough for Simpleman.
Monster Rich. Jesus Christ, Lucas. Like, I get you want to hate on mono red, but Christ!
Hero Blade Hold. That's a
Kill.
card. Then that ends the game very quickly.
I can get behind the Pyroclasm actually. I actually like Deafening Clarion less. I feel like the deck has a decent amount of cards that it just kind of kills on your own side.
Yeah.
You don't really need to. The same with Pyroclasm, to be honest. I just feel like it's better either playing Fork Bolts and such.
You could play Flame Sweep. That Pyroclasm is nuts.
I suppose it basically kills nothing you have except like young Pyromancers. and tokens.
Well, I actually don't like playing Kitchen Finks here. I like playing Wall of Roots into Wall of Blossoms, but maybe the Kitchen Finks is better here.
No, I like the Wall of Blossoms line.
It just draws a card. I think you need to draw cards. Like,
And it sets you up to play your Elite God Mage.
mhm. We're gonna start with the Ponder. I like this. Ponder's fine. See what's going on.
The hero here probably, or find some sort of like interaction.
I kind of did like playing the island first though, and then using the island to cast the Ponder.
I have no clue why we played the basic mountain last turn. That just seemed so loose, like you already read.
Oh, did he think he needed to do it to play Pyroclasm?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, we're gonna see the same thing that we mentioned or the play we mentioned last turn happened. Wall of Roots into Wall of Blossoms.
This seems. Yeah, get an attack first. Nice choice.
You do want to path this Kitchen Finks eventually.
I don't know actually. You have a hero. If you get on the hero, it just blocks it. Snapcaster? Did you keep Snap? Did he shuffle? I hope he shuffled. Because you really need some. You don't really need blue sources that much. You have some really dead red sources though.
He has two blue sources. He kind of wants a second white source pretty badly.
Yeah, like two 1-mana white removal spells.
Yeah, but I mean you can like snap Pyroclasm next turn if you draw a land. You get to cast Opt and Swords here, right?
7 mana, but still kind of neat. Deafening Clarion, Snapcaster, Pyroclasm, let's go.
So we're gonna see an Elite Guard Mage come down here.
Yeah, just attack, play a land, Guard Mage, see what happens. Now here's a question for you.
I kind of like just taking the 3 here.
Would you actually save a basic land untapped? Or would you save the counter on your wall?
What do you mean by save the counter or save the basic land?
Would you basically
play? I would save the counter. I think it's more important than land untapped. Why?
I think drawing into specifically Ephemerate is notable, and I don't think we need the mana that many times.
That's fair.
Then again, Silverman does play a fair bit of 5s and 6s, so maybe it is relevant. Just finds a rather relevant Electrolyze. Not that interesting on the Spore State.
Yeah, this Electrolyze does absolutely nothing.
Look, I'm just saying. I'm just saying I called it.
You did draw the Ephemerate, so.
Okay, I mean,
and that would have been a very good heads-up play.
I actually think it was incorrect, to be honest, but I wanted to consider the option just because I wanted to be like, haha, what if we draw Ephemerate, big brain, and then we fucking draw it? Look, Lucas, you've been pondering and opting, but where are your lands?
Like,
where are your lands?
I think you I would snap a Ponder here probably.
Actually, I agree.
Like, you need to just draw your lands.
Or at least snap Opt here. Like, if you don't cast anything this turn, please snap Opt.
Yeah, snapping Opt is maybe that's better because it lets you hold up stuff.
I don't feel like I don't like the way Lucas plays this.
Oh, Marco, by the way, Luke is up 1-0.
Yeah,
you haven't changed that.
I think the thing was correct, and then I realized that it's fine. Don't worry about it. I fixed it.
Let me guess. Also getting triggered cast again. No.
Oh, we're gonna see it off.
Thank God.
Not that.
We're
not gonna see a land after Lucas' hand, though. We do know this for a fact. So my guess is gonna be another 4-mana removal spell. Maybe Lightning Helix, or not Lightning Helix, but like War Leader Helix, whichever one that is. That like deals 4 gains for 4 mana. I don't know if he's playing it, but that's my prediction of what's going to be drawn.
I mean, knowing
Sacred Foundry, we did it.
Actually, pretty solid roll. Yeah. Brahms, wow, that's actually honestly, like Brahms better than White Hero in this deck.
I do like this attack.
I don't like either. I think double white is too much in Jeskai midrange. I don't think you want anything but blue to cause double pips. Like Hero being a 4-drop is kinda okay. I still feel like
I do think
I think
that,
Grimmoz is very powerful on 3. I think Grimmoz is fine, and I'd probably play it over Hero.
I do think
can
that
do-
this was a massive mistake from Luha in not picking the
I think-
give all of your creatures lifelink mode on top of the deafening cloud and death damage to each creature. In this case, like that was just a massive blunder. I think.
I know, like
Ah,
no downside to giving these things.
I do like the attack into the wall here, and I do also like the fact that Simple Man
So do
directly
you?
block bad wall. Save the wall or the or what?
He's pathing his wall to get.
This.
I like this. Like your opponent hasn't done anything. You need the lands to cast this spell, or
Yeah, like
once you cast this spell, or you're gonna start
right.
getting absurd value.
you got 26. And now you can get like an Ewit, and Ewit then gets
Now
what?
the question was, did you want to ephemerate there? Because you could have ephemerate and held up this wall of runes as well, right?
Yeah,
Kept
you
this
can
wall of runes around.
You could have done both, yeah, true.
I mean, we know that he
Save
has
the wall,
the.
ephemerate, and then eat the guard mage with the buff.
You're gonna see a Belor here. Belor's gonna get Seeker of the Way, or not Seeker of the Way. Sorry,
Spell
Seeker. Spellseeker's gonna find Time Walk.
You can't
It's
get
immediately.
Spellseeker here because it only gets green creatures.
Oh, it only gets green creatures.
Yes.
What good green drops can you get? You can get
Like, Ewit is the one that, off the top of my head, that's pretty salty.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think.
Ewit, get back your Path Exile.
yeah.
I can't really
Get back.
much else. Honestly,
I mean,
and I'm
this
not
is kind
sure
of
I get
awkward because you can't backpack.
I don't care about that. Frankly,
I don't like getting Ewit here though because you can't protect it. Like you have this ephemerate to protect your Ewit. We get a Tarmogoyf. I like Tarmogoyf. It's just a big idiot. Your opponent's at 8. That's notable. Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
Wait, is Symbolman planning to win this game by attacking for damage?
By the way, the card view for Lucas is going a bit over the screen.
Yeah, people keep.
I actually do quite like this choice of getting Goyf.
yeah, I like it as well. It forces removal and it keeps your combo intact. Right? It keeps your Ewit, which is better card intact.
I do believe I have Simple Man's old list. It might have been updated. That's not it.
These are not the draws we need.
These are indeed not the draws we're looking for. I'm proud. Shut up. Scoos is one thing you could have gotten, but it's not really enough frats in the graveyard.
Now, I like the Tarmogoyf. The Tarmogoyf was big. It was a 2-turn
I agree. I'm just trying to counter-argue anything. Fauna Shaman, if we had the creatures, maybe.
I don't like getting the basic planes here. You get a basic island and you fetch for a Tundra.
Searches is a card I could have seen as well.
I mean, your opponent
But, like-
isn't exactly going to Blood Moon,
So,
right?
if-
So, does he not have a Tundra or something?
I'm just trying to play devil's
It's a
advocate.
hollow fountain. I mean, he may not need he may not be casting Electrolyze.
Oh, that was the end of. Okay, yeah. I was
it's
trying to
end of-
figure out. I thought it was.
What is this
Luha's turn.
card? Oh,
It's
Battle
a
Skull.
Battle
Battle Skull.
I
That's a card.
That's
hope
gonna
it is.
solve this whole Bean at 7 problem.
Luca's gonna cast his Hero Blade. Hold
I
up.
honestly think that Lucas is just playing too many high.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of high
Blades roll.
CMC cards in this.
Yeah,
deck.
like frankly, the game has just gotten really fast.
I have a Jeskai mid-range deck in paper, Jeskai mid-range control deck in paper, and I don't play nearly as much top end as he does. Most of my stuff is impact. Like I play a fair amount of Planeswalkers, but I think Planeswalkers also better to be playing than like Hero Blade.
And these days, sadly, it either has to be like it just wins the game, and I don't mean like Hero of Blade Hole wins the game. I mean like
Hero Dominaria or Jace the Mind Sculptor.
yeah, I was gonna specifically not gonna mention things like Jason Mind Sculptor.
Chandra Torch of Defiance.
No,
Gideon
same.
Ally of Zendikar.
I was gonna say it either needs to get value in some sort. It doesn't have to be like actual card. It could be something like cycling or like scrying a bunch. Like at least virtual or actual card advantage.
I do think this game at this point is pretty much over.
Hellrider, while definitely was these days, mostly because there's not a ton of decks that can use it efficiently. But Hellrider is a great example of what I think. Like, it comes down and then does something immediately. Yes, it's not value. It's not in any argument, but it has impact on turn 4. And I think you need that when you have mono red decks. And this
Flicker Wisp is actually pretty
Is
good.
Stone Golem as well.
Simpleman just dead next turn?
No, not with Flicker Wisp.
Oh yeah, I guess with Flicker Wisp and Ephemerate, you can kind of make things not exist for a pretty long time.
Great. Like, I will say, Hero is the kind of card that will win the game on his own, but I feel like we have plenty of 4-mana cards that can do that these days. Sure, if it's a position 2, I don't want to pay for a Jason Mind Sculptor, valid. But even then, I feel like there are better options at this point.
So if I'm Simpleman here, I probably
like Planeswalkers, okay? Good.
We're gonna see. I don't like casting this here because this dies to removal. Because he has to, I guess.
Yeah, I would
letting
really
this resolve again, Luca. Like I don't understand the letting this resolve.
Especially if you're going to like.
No, I think you should just play remove spell there.
Like I think it was incorrect for Simpleman to cast it here.
Agreed.
And I think it was incorrect for Luca to let it resolve here. Like
wait. Like if you're gonna let it resolve, just let it resolve and move on with your life. Not kill it afterwards.
Yeah, that part I really did not get. I'm like, what?
Like there's been a lot of exchanges I have not completely understood. This is one that I'm trying to kind of good reasoning for, letting it resolve and then lightning helixing it, and I just can't come up with one.
Like even a simple man's seat. If you're like, oh, I really want to like ephemerate my Blade Wisp, you know what? Ephemerate's an instant. You can cast it on your opponent's turn.
Yeah, I want to cast it on my opponent's turn when they tried to cast this removal spell, which they were probably casting.
Suddenly you have a free attacker, free power attacker perhaps, that can get in for just about half your opponent's health.
Do we have any more matches going
on? Checking. The only one that was still going on last I checked was Brahms, but I think they're done in the interim. Maybe not actually. Yeah, no, they're done. Okay. Yeah, they finished. Right,
so I'm gonna put up a 2-0 for my result, and then I don't know if you can
already punch it. Okay.
I didn't do anything yet because I wanted to see if he showed up, but
no, Loading has. I should probably mentioned. I talked to Loading earlier. He was. He's out. He's actually out.
Makes sense.
Okay.
He is playing Lightning Angel. That makes a lot of sense. That feels like the kind of card Lucas would be playing.
Yeah. That's a card I used to play and just got mid-range control, but then I cut it.
Yes, it's mid-range, but like... I retain all rights to just slam Lucas's choice of decks and card choices.
Like I mean, I play a very similar deck to what he has built. I don't play a lot of the cards he has because I don't think that they're as impactful enough. Like Hero Blade Hold, I don't play because it doesn't do enough.
See, the funny thing about that deck is that while it's called a mid-range deck, I feel like it's honestly closer to like a high-value tempo deck, if you get what I mean. Like high-quality tempo deck. Like it doesn't play all the like straight-up tempo cards, but it's just like just playing cheap, incredibly powerful threats. Stoneforge, Young Pyromancer. Like this is the kind of deck where like if it's not like incredibly cheap, incredibly powerful, and I do mean incredibly, like again, Hero Blade Hold, solid card, But we're it's been a while since Gods of Mirrodin came out. Or was it Mirrodin Besiege? I can't actually remember. But times have changed, buddy pal. I'm sorry to say so.
Times have changed.
Like, Hellrider used to be a heck of a card, and now I'm just like, I don't really want to pay 4 mana for a Hellrider. That card's bad. Like, I'll play it in cube.
It's pretty
I guess.
good in Gladiator. I can tell you that much.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm in there all the time. More than happy to.
Have they fixed the bug with that card on Arena?
I have no idea.
It's fucked actually. But no, I think like especially like the funny thing is I feel like Lucas is like with sweepers and such really trying to like hammer in against aggro. I don't think he's doing that. Like I haven't seen the list, but I think playing cards like Lightning Angel, Hero of Oxenridge, like was not Oxenridge, Hero of Bladehold. I think you have to question yourself: what matchups are they good in against aggro? Well, it's a 4 mana threat. That's not even like it's a 3/4, which is just like the right place against red specifically. But even then, it's not that great because it's a 4-drop, and you'd just be playing a 3-drop that did that or something.
Like there are some expensive cards I can still like. I still like playing, like Glorybringer. Glorybringer is a card I
Glorybringer at least does something.
because it kills something when it enters, and it is a threat that will kill them. Do we have pairings?
We do. We have a feature too.
Who's the feature?
So considering I was going to say we should take a look at Brahms and Evios. But the problem is we do not have Evios Cam, is that correct?
Oh, Evios, oh.
So, I mean, I'm fine with not having Evios Cam, TBH. Because we just saw Lucas play for quite a while, and don't want to be slamming on him all the time.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Actually, you know what? Let's watch Necro.
Necro also doesn't have a cam.
No, she said she did.
Did she? But she was playing against Evios and said both didn't have cam.
She literally, the last message she said, literally, I have a cam.
Oh, never mind. She said that earlier. Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. Fair enough. Necro Blahguy. Well, we were talking about how, I guess it's not mono red, but like we were talking about how mono red will play against up against what's it called? Necros deck. I think this is about as close we're gonna get outside of like Wolfgang actually, losing somehow, and Necro winning somehow.
There is actually an interesting question here because we are down to only 8 players in. We're down to only 8 players in the tournament, so there is the question to see if we get to the end of round 3 and we're still and we only have 1 undefeated. Do we play round 4? But
I still think you do. Like
probably.
Even if you have 0 undefeated, I'd still play round 4.
If we have 0.
Like we're playing a Swiss tournament. While you pair people up against based on what everyone else is, in the end, that doesn't really matter nearly as much. That's only to try and give you as comparable games and to challenge you. But like that's secondary to the fact that if you're playing in let's say
I think
Blahguy
went real deep on the mulligans in this one.
So
I think he's on a mul to 5.
Does seem like a very low hand. No.
Yeah,
I think
at the bottom of the screen.
We yeah, indeed.
But it also doesn't have any hands in it.
I mean,
I am being an idiot. Please keep going.
Now I'm not sure if you've taken a 5-second look at what Necro's actually on here.
I know that it involves spiders.
Indeed, Necro has been I'd say Madman, but that's not accurate. Madwoman.
That is more accurate, yes.
and has chosen to play Spider Tribal. You know, classic.
Oh, it is legit spider
archetype.
tribal.
Yep. Spider Tribal. There's no other word for it. With Lucas, at least I can go, that is a bad card choice. Here I can just say, no, and leave it at that.
But on the
And
other
everyone knows
hand,
what I mean. And
look,
yet,
the thing is
yet,
that like we kind of
with
need
Blahguy
to...
Straws, I still think Necropotence is favored currently, but I'm not sure they're out of it yet, because burn spells. Then again, Blahguy being on black-red actually loses a lot of their burn spells. Like, they do only really have the best ones.
I guess that
So that
the question is like we kind of need the people to try playing spider tribal because that's how you actually find the tribal decks that are reasonable. Like
no,
what is
not Spider Tribal.
well, okay, not spider tribal, fine, but like where is that line, right?
Because like if people
because for example,
if someone brings
Jeremy
Night Tribal, I'm like,
Jeremy
yeah,
White
fair
a
enough.
while ago
Valid choice.
was playing like druid tribal, right? And the deck turned out to be...
I respect Druid.
And like, if somebody told you before, oh yeah, Druid Tribal, you would say that this deck is a joke, and it turned out the opposite deck isn't great. But
it is a joke, but Morrowind is also a joke.
It's better than you thought, right? Like, if you never sleeve Druid Tribal, you probably would never have figured out that the deck is actually capable.
And vice versa. Like sometimes you're like, oh, I have this great concept. There's all of these cards that really work together, and then you just try it out, and they, oh wait, they did. Really.
Yeah, that is
I hoped.
That is Merfolk, right? That is the Merfolk problem. That it looks like a lot better than it actually is. Which is not to say that Merfolk is unplayable. It's not. It's actually like pretty close to being reasonable. But it's not. It's definitely not one of the best decks in the format, and it feels like it should be at least good, if not great.
See, this is the thing. You might go conclude after this game that, oh wait, Spider Tribal completely destroyed an Aggro deck, like a pretty solid Aggro deck. Oh, it's a great deck. Yeah, but it was against an opponent who ball again to 5 and drew pretty much just lands, if not just lands, in an Aggro deck. So yeah. And you played at turn 4, I think, yeah? Seems about right. Yeah, turn 4, 5/5, Vigilance Reach. All creatures attack each.
I like that the both players are trying to communicate with us through
no flop, please.
with notepads.
Yes, Fantas the Warweaver. From everyone's favorite Commander product. Let's just leave it at that.
Which one?
I don't care about Commander, but I really heard like the outrage about whatever Commander product was from. I just remember that much. Yeah.
Also, I like that Necro is making a point to play as many like showcase versions of cards as.
Yeah. I really like Blahguy's chosen money in there. The first hand was too slow. The second hand, not that difficult. It had like one land and not enough to do with it.
I think this is Necro's time to be on the
I'm not going to comment on Necro's hands. They're just bad.
I will say that I do think that this is Necro's time to mull to 5.
It's also Blahguy's preference. Again. But at least it isn't a flop this time. And Terminator is actually quite good in this matchup.
No, Necro went to 4. That 5 seemed keepable though. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah, this feels like a pretty good. See, here's a now I realize how Blahguy put cards on the bottom, but if they kept the other card, I might even have preferred it. The what is it called, Gutter Bones. It might even have been better in this case. Talks to Deluge has a pretty depth draw for right now.
I think we're gonna be basically only showing Necros cards in this matchup just because boy. Although, I will say that putting Changeling in your deck because they're Spider, that's cheating. Come on, Necro. Come on.
Yeah, there's not really much to say about this game. Both players mulligan, so that reduces the amount of choices we have.
the card that I think is
Quite
gonna
frankly.
end up mattering the most is probably the Stompy.
What is this quality from Necropotence camera, though? That's disgusting.
No, this is not actually a Necro problem. This is an MTGO problem. It works weird with capturing. It
makes sense.
yeah.
Interesting question. Do you actually cast a Terminate here? And if no, why not?
Necro needs to find a swamp. That's kind of where this boils down. If Necro draws, yeah, there you go.
Like I was actually legitimately thinking there if it's worth trading one of your creatures for like the Toromol, if they block.
So here you're just deluging.
Yep, deluge for 2.
For 2. It's a 2 for 2.
And you have Spider in 2 turns. Good old 5-mana 3/5 reach.
Yeah. Mama, look.
Was this card good enough for limited? No, I'm gonna play it in Highlander.
Mammoth Spider was definitely good enough for limited. That card was.
I guess it was fine. It was incredible though.
No. I mean, it was like somewhere in the C range, right?
Then again, counter argument. Who the fuck played Devil's Secrets in Innistrad Limited?
I mean, that's fair.
Besides Maniacs. So, it's not always a valid argument to say card bad in Limited, therefore bad in Constructed. Because Constructed can use much more specific cards.
Constructed is just different, right? There are cards that are good in Limited that are back in Constructed.
Yeah,
cards that
and vice versa. Like,
bad in Limited and good in
because the card is really.
Look how many sideboard cards, right? Like, you look at the cards like, I don't know, like Keenan Bonder's Prodigy, right? It's a card that sees like a decent amount of legacy play. And in Limited, it's like, oh, this card's like a C-. It's like a bear that's harder to cast. Like, if you made this card, if you remove all of the text from this card and change the blue mana into a generic mana,
honestly,
that actually makes the card
what I
better.
expect here is just cast all your cards, attack in, call it a day, and just kill him. Honestly. Please cast your electronic tomato. I refuse to call it anything else whenever I remember to. And if people don't get the joke, I'm not gonna explain it. It's Bowman Courier, moving on. I'm not creating another command to explain this one.
No, you don't need to. Look at the stream.
I'm well aware. That is, by the way, definitely the card that they're casting is not anything else. It's definitely, you can look it up on Scryfall. Electronic Tomato, clearly the card they're playing.
Clearly the card, yeah.
You know, the classic invention type creation with read
yeah.
and...
It has read. How can anybody survive such relentless
Email
hate?
tomatoes to all applicants in their positions, leaving her tomato email donation. I do love all this.
Yeah, like the fact that you get to email donations when you leave her tomato, I think makes this card really powerful.
That's why you're playing this. That's why you're playing this thing, anyways, isn't it?
Yeah. That and the read ability.
Yeah.
I think
so here's so you kill the birds because that just actually kind of removes damage. And then you equip to, I think, the... Ooh, I actually don't know. I'm gonna have to think about this for a second. How scary. I think you could just equip to the yeah, you could also just equip here and just attack. That's probably better actually, because then you force them to probably like jump birds on the ghoul. Yep, keeping around the ghoul makes a lot of sense. Honestly, not sure what it's. Oh, right, -1. Yep, there. Smart brain. I have played Magic before.
I don't believe.
Yeah, this is much more how I expected this kind of game to go. Yes, Necropotence once again, mulligan to 4.
Well, but Blahguy was remote to 5. You don't get credit.
I think card quality. not even actually card quality wise. I just think Necropotence deck needs more cards in starting hand than Blahguy does. Blahguy can play land, creature, and just call it a day. Necro needs to go land, ram spell, land, fight drop, or something. That's 6 cards as opposed to a couple. And then if there's a single remove spell anywhere, then it's like shit. My one random ram creature died. Or was ignored. Or whatever. You know,
Or both.
I can think of one argument for why you would ever play a Spires deck. One argument.
Memes.
If
Is
your
memes
meta
an
is
argument?
if your meta is defined by flying men,
Yes. This is the anti-flyman deck. How to stop such relentless flying hate.
aha, I will play a 1/2 reach. Group players be like, what?
Your opponent gets to play a 1-2
But how?
Joe. And how you beat that?
Question: would a 1/2 reach for 1 be too good?
No.
Like, it wouldn't really play anywhere, but like
No. I think that kind of would be fine.
2 mana 2 to reach?
We've had strictly better than that kind in the past, right? We've had better with reach.
I think because he had 2 mana 2 to reach printed, just straight up at common.
Yeah, there was.
And they wouldn't be-
What was it in one of the horses? There was like a bear that had reach, flash, and pro blue, and I think it couldn't be countered.
I know which one you're talking about. It's Skylasher.
Skylasher, yeah.
And it was from Ronica actually.
I mean, that card never saw play in any format, so.
This is true, but it was also rare. I was talking about limited here specifically.
Yes.
Like what is the best vanilla reach creature we can make beyond it going, oh dear god, this is just a busted common.
Okay, let me figure out which creatures that have reach and other abilities exist. I will go on a Scryfall dive.
What is the best?
Because there aren't that many cards with reach, right? Like there's yeah, no.
How many are there? Fun fact:
There
it's
are
more
239
interesting to talk
cards
about
with
creatures
reach.
with reach than it is talking about this game currently.
There are 139.
It's not a lot
cards
of
with reach.
interesting stuff.
Do you want to
happening
watch it?
here. I will say one quick aside on this game. Arachnogenesis is a very interesting card in this matchup because it prevents all damage from non-combat spiders, and then makes for each attacking creature I believe your opponent has or just someone has.
Yeah, and like
It then makes a 1/2 spider blocking
part
them.
of it is that your opponent has a bunch of X1, right? So like your spiders will actually get to eat a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, or even just double block something here and there. I remember, do they have to block the same thing?
So for the record, we've had 1-2 reach for 1 mana like multiple times in limited form.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to. Oh, have we?
Yes. In Terros Beyond that had Chainweb Arachne, red uncommon. That guy also nagged flying idiots and also had escape.
Valid point, but that was an uncommon with an upside.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if that's
At common,
playable
we
or
had
printable,
Azuri-
then we probably could do a 1/2. And
At
I
common,
think we can
we
easily,
had
and I
Azuri's
think we can
Archer.
easily agree that 1/3 reach is like we seen a 1/3 in white common. Like that's the highest stat line we've seen there. I think 1/3 reach at green would probably be that probably be stretching it a bit. That's probably stretching it.
Yeah, we've had like a very big idiot. Like we had Taproot Kami in Kamigawa is a 0-star, where star is the number of forests you control for 1 mana. So this guy would be like a 1 mana like 06 with reach. That's defender.
I mean, it could be an O anything.
Yeah, I
put
know,
enough
but
force
like
in the deck.
realistically, right?
Why are you playing 250 cards? I want a forest.
You can play in Ravnica, original Ravnica, the block. I don't remember exactly where. There was Aqua Strand Spider.
Arachnogenesis, let's go! Let's go, baby! Oh. And despite having a great play with Arachnogenesis here, I still am pretty sure that Blahguy's gonna win.
I mean, I don't think it's better
Alas.
contentious.
I mean, you kind of have to block here, unless you want to die. I do remember they don't deal damage, so you can just like kill something, and then kill something else. And you can't block the menace creature now. Please block something else.
Oh, that's very interesting. There's only 2 common bears with reach. In like the history of Magic, there's 2. There's a few uncommons, but there's Leaf Crown Dryad, which also bestows for 4. And then there is
Bestow creatures.
and then there is Spinneret Sliver, which is the
Yes,
bear
of
that
course.
gives all your slivers reach. I love Leaf Crown Dryad. I have that in my Power Cube still.
Truly. We see just more spiders here, and I imagine this is gonna be game quite quickly, because we have a creature that pings for 1 each turn and then grows even bigger. Yes, they can block it with all reach creatures, but then another creature also pings them for 1. And then there's like this little card called Umusaba's Jite that's gonna just make Necro's life just a living nightmare. Also, they drew Putrefy, but they can't cast Putrefy, so it does matter. Sadly. Like, that's the thing. Necro plays on the budget, and that's perfectly fine. No one should ever be ashamed to play on budget. But you have to admit, once you're playing on a budget, that playing any more colors than 1, maybe 2, not recommendable.
So,
especially if you want to stay like even somewhat competitive.
I will be honest.
Which Necro doesn't give a fuck about, clearly.
Yeah. I will be honest, and I say this as somebody that is not very used to playing with significant budget constraints, so, you know, take it with the grain of salt. But, like, I think that a lot of people look at budget decks kind of in the wrong way. Like, when I'm looking at budget deck, for me, I'm looking at the budget decks. For me, the question that I think I'm asking, I find myself asking the most is, like, within the budget constraints that I have, what are the decks that get to the highest percentage of their maximum theoretical cap, right? Like,
yeah, agreed.
Like, what is the deck that within my budget constraint I can get to like 95% of how good it's gonna be?
Yeah,
right.
I think a great example, 2 great examples that might seem really different. Mono Red is an obvious mention, like, because like almost nothing you play in Mono Red is important to the deck. Like, no singular card you can't cut. Like, name the best card, Sulfuric Vortex. You could cut Sulfuric Vortex or something else. Price of Progress. You can cut Price of Progress. Mox Ruby. You can cut any of one of those cards and replace it with a mountain, and still be just fine. It's not like you're cutting a key card or something. And even then, it's if you downgrade Fire Ambush to a Lightning to I was gonna say, how do you downgrade Fire Ambush? You don't. Huh.
I mean,
if you
make
a slight downgrade here and a slight downgrade there, and you don't include all the fetches, who cares? It's not that big a deal.
Yeah. Like,
there's another example.
There's two big factors, right? Which is like, how many cards do I have to replace, and
how important are those?
How
cards?
important are those cards? In Red,
for example,
basically almost every card that you play deals about 3 damage. Like, that is kind of what you're doing. So, like, if you replace a card that deals 3 damage with a card that is a little bit worse at dealing 3 damage, probably you're kind of ended up in the same ballpark. Simpleman's deck, there are some cards that, for example, that you could never cut,
absolutely.
right?
Like cut Time Walk, Spellseeker, please no, unless like points totals change, and then suddenly the deck just doesn't really do its thing anymore.
Yeah. Which is actually, I think, especially
like,
in paper,
I think a great example that I saw recently that Necro's actually on was a budget version of Academy or High Tide And now definitely these, not High Tide, it wasn't what they are, but High Tide is a great example as well. But also Academy, especially because Academy runs some really expensive cards. But at least online, I love the key cards, Paradox Engine, Solarian Academy,
Yeah,
Expedition Map, the Untappers.
you're
like,
gonna end
Canabra.
up losing. The issue there is
You
that you're
definitely
gonna
lose
end
some
up
powerful cards.
losing.
Don't get me wrong. You're not a 99% or something like you are
Yeah,
with Mono Red.
no, I mean
Not all.
it's mostly the mana base. That's an issue because
Yeah, the
Academy
mana base.
is a deck that is
You
going
end up
to.
probably playing. But here's the thing about Academy. It's twofold. One, yes, you get a voice mana base, but you can probably cut a color or two.
You can probably
Maybe
have
blue
red,
X,
you can probably
blue
you
red,
can
or maybe blue
probably
green.
just make it blue green.
Probably
Yeah.
blue green.
Yeah.
I'd imagine. I think you can get away with that because you know what? You play a lot of mana rocks, and
You
you know
do
what?
play a lot of
If a
mana
couple of those produce green, and a couple of those happen to produce blue and or green, that's probably not too difficult to get.
Yeah, but also there's the flip side that you're kind of also playing a lot of colorless lands, right? Like you're
Absolutely.
not so like your mana rocks make mana better, but like you're
Yeah.
playing all these colorless
I
lands, which
agree
make
you're
the
probably
mana
not at
kind
the
of
point
worse.
where you're
So
playing.
it's kind of like
I do agree you probably don't want to be playing like like Wargate, and then also playing Wheel of Fortune at the same time.
and like Song of Creation and stuff.
Exactly. But I think you can get by with having crop rotation and some other blue spells in that deck at the same time. Especially if they're like single up hip, like a lot of the green cards are. Who also happen to fix. I'm actually really surprised that Blahguy has not won yet.
I mean,
Now
actually,
they will be
the
winning
board
on
seems
this
kind of
next turn.
stable. Blahguy's at 4. Spiders can kind of drain you a
Whose
bit.
turn is it currently?
It is currently Necro's turn.
Yeah, Blahguy's won. Assuming they're not scared of what Necro has in hand, because they can just equip Jid to their menace creature and then attack with a menace creature and win.
Does this does Rot with the Puck drain or does it? Okay,
Does what
because
drain?
like Necro could make a spider with Rot Widow Puck,
This is true.
which she opted not to.
That would actually been lethal, yeah. That was actually a game. Actually, were
Yeah,
there any
actually, yeah.
creatures?
Why did she? She would have just won the game. What happened?
Necro. Sorry, do you have a question? Ah, yes, Pyroclasm. The classic creature in Spider Tribal. Ah.
I'm confused.
But no, that's a good point. Like that was a point where you could just win the game from Necro.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
can
remember
just make a
what
spider
pack.
with Rot Widow Puck.
I thought Necro was supposed to be the expert on Spider Tribal. I'm just disappointed.
I am so disappointed. Yeah, that
Like-
would have been lethal. She had
Like you have,
5
like
spiders. You don't have to-
I found,
Oh, man. Was
there's
that
a
not
there's a
creature
good
to
reason
exile?
why they didn't activate it. It has to exile from your own yard.
Okay,
And I
okay,
believe-
okay.
I figured that was the
That
case.
was no reason to activate. Okay, we figured it out. I'm sorry about that.
Hashtag blame TRM.
That's probably pretty fair. Let's see.
Why didn't you activate your 1 video pack? I can't resist. Sorry, and we know it wouldn't work.
I mean, I've Rot with a Pack.
I will end you, Gosmet. I will murder you.
I'm making fun of Red Mage if anything.
Yeah, that was me. That was me. What am I trying to
'Cause
do?
you couldn't
Right,
activate it.
check what other games are happening. Yeah, that's probably a good thing
Yeah,
we should do.
Let's see where people are going.
We have
Where did they come
Wolfgang
from?
versus
Where did they come
Simbleman and Luca versus Zannty. Kind of want to watch Luca versus Zannty.
Yeah, let's see Zannty actually prove to Lucas how
Actually,
you're
not
supposed
play
to get
against
rid of
Mono
it.
Red, though. Steal a deck with Lightning Bolt in it. That's a, I'm
There's
just
an
gonna
awful lot of lightning bolts
cut
in this
to this
tournament.
board, and there is a
But that's
Bane
just-
Slayer Angel on the board, which is not great.
You said Wolfgang against Brahms, correct?
Wolfgang against Brahms, yes. What is it?
That makes sense. I was just making sure that wasn't going insane when you said Baneslayer Angel. Because there's two people I might expect to play Baneslayer Angel. And one of them is Neko, who's clearly not playing Baneslayer Angel. She's playing Giant Spider instead.
Which is
Which leaves
basically
one
the
person.
same.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, one's cost 4 mana,
I mean, I'm
the other
assuming
costs 5,
so.
like, basically the same.
Marco started watching, and we have the coverage account.
Mana DJ. I guess one's green, one's white, but they're basically
Okay.
the same card.
I apologize. We are also listening to two teams
Said
saying
the
things
top
right,
of the game chat game log.
and I really don't understand why.
Have you considered muting yourself?
I am muted. I am muted and deafened, and I have no volume for Chrome.
Have you tried unmuting and muting again?
Like
I guess
my computer is
undeafening and
somehow
deafening again.
becoming increasing. Oh, I know what the problem is. I know exactly what the problem is. Yeah, there you go. Now it should work. Yeah.
Why are we playing, like... Why is Lucas playing Baneslayer Angel? Why, Lucas?
It has life.
Why?
Don't worry about it.
It's a 5-mana tune of thing.
Look, you can't make an omelet without casting a few
There are
fire drops.
better ways. I'm on Team Zannty, by the way. Like, I swear that Lucas is actively trying to make me my soul hurt.
I thought that was kind of the point. Yeah, he's trying to cram as many heads that have lifelink and.
Oh, that's not my problem. Play all the lifelink cards.
No, I think that's his problem.
As long as they're good. You can't represent Denmark like this. Come on. What's next? You'll be playing Giant Spider. Oh, God.
Please, you don't play Giant
Couldn't
Spider.
resist.
You play Penumbra Spider.
Oh,
Speaking of cards
it's like
that
Giant
make
Spider,
you,
but
but
with
two,
upside.
but it's the giant. It's like Giant Spider, but two of them.
Sunlance? Whoa.
I mean, Sunlance is not that offensive of a card.
I'm not saying it's offensive, it's just very surprising.
Cannot kill white creatures somehow.
Racist. I mean, kinda. Probably not racist, actually. I'm not sure what the correct term would be. Guess it isn't really any. How does the from a in-world perspective, how does the only interacts with certain colors of magic or doesn't interact with certain colors of magic? How does that flavorly make sense? Is the colors of mana imputed into creatures? Is it a part of life?
I think that the idea is that the mana, like,
Most likely it's not, because as far as
no,
I understand,
I think that there is a flavor
there
idea,
aren't
which
colors
is
of
that
mana.
because like there most like there are 5 types of mana. People that are into the whole magic thing are generally speaking aware of that, even though maybe they don't consider them colors. But and like you can probably interact with spells differently depending on what mana were used to summon them. And creatures are summoned, right? They're not actually creatures, so like that's probably the idea behind that. You can only, like, murder, like, if you're murdering them based on like the summoning spell, then
Asking the big MTG law questions.
absolutely.
Here. God. I'm feeling for Zannty right now. Imagine having to lose to Baneslayer Angel in 2020.
Hey, I've been playing a bunch of Baneslayer Angel and Gladiator.
In Canland. Even more angels.
Okay.
Lucas, at this point, just play Angel Tribal.
I mean, you can put a Lyra in, and that's pretty much
Exactly,
it, right?
that's what I'm saying.
I'm assuming if Bane Slayer Angel is in the deck, Lyra is also in
Play
the
all
deck.
the angels anyway, so I don't see a problem here. We have Spider Tribal already. Oh wait, that's why you're not playing Spiders counter angels. That's why. Big brain.
Spiders aren't angel, forehead.
Spiders aren't angels. I mean, they're basically angels. That's what we said, right?
That's
We said
basically the same thing.
Bane Slayer was the giant spider, correct? God. Weapon deck beats Lucas. Yeah, but Lucas's deck is bad.
I can confirm that this deck is bad. It just beats my deck every week, it seems like.
Oh, I mean, yeah, exactly. That's because Zannty's bad.
Yeah, I'm a bad player.
Change to object.
I did get the turn 11, and I drew 2 creatures the whole game, and I was like, "What is
know
this?"
that whenever I say a deck is bad, I'm mostly serious, but not always.
It was
This
funny
is
that
occasionally.
second game, Luca was stuck on like 3 lands for the whole game, and I was stuck on never drawing a threat for the whole game, and it was just like, well, this is awkward.
Yeah. I just want to see Wolfgang completely somehow demolish Lucas and just keep my faith in. Then again, Lucas has made decisions that, while not always equally good at countering mono red, in my opinion, definitely aren't bad. Like Bane Slayer Angel.
It is worth noting that Simpleman has 4 minutes on the clock, 4.5 minutes on the clock.
So this
Yeah,
is
full
game
half.
2. Cymbalman is up a game. If Cymbalman will finish, if there will be a game 3, they'll go to a new match.
So currently we have a card for free as a option.
Also, Tim, why are your cards on MTG
Oh, sorry,
also
Tim.
tiny?
It's because I have to share my whole screen. I can't share just the application, otherwise it does that mouse thing where it's terrible and you can't see anything.
Right.
I have to do that too, Zannty. But mine isn't absolutely
I don't know.
tiny.
Maybe Tim just has a bigger screen.
I mean, my screen is pretty big. I think it's like 16 to 18 inches, something like that.
I mean, the resolution is what matters, not the actual size, but yeah.
Well, what's the resolution of my MTGO? I don't know.
I don't know, like 7?
That's fair. 7 by 7.
No, just 7.
No, just 7.
Yeah.
No units, just 7.
Yeah, just 7. The score on the screen, I just
I'm a
wanted to
physicist,
confirm.
right?
The score
And I
is
just,
correct.
whenever someone's just like, oh, how hard is it 25? And I'm like, yes, thank you for all your incredible use of units. So when people ask me something that's like, oh, how much am I supposed to add? 5. 5 what? 5.
5. I don't understand
You're
the
not giving me
question,
units. You don't give me units half the time. Like, come on.
Was it worth it to claim the firstborn
How hard is it? 5. How
this
cold is
night
it?
of the
5.
Valkyrie?
You figure it out. You use the units.
Oh, this Yorin is big. Gonna do a lot.
Well,
It's
that is
4 or 5,
a
it's pretty sizable.
that's a lot of value. But
It's actually not even any value, to be honest.
but you gain like life.
No, you don't. There's a Tybalt out.
Oh, valid point.
And you just lose like
And a
5
rampaging force
life.
done twice the negative life gain.
What?
Like, this is kind of
The
hilarious.
D value. I'm trying to think. Can we time walk combo from here? Gets time walk. Yeah, we can.
Actually, I have a real question for you. How much, do you like Claim the Firstborn?
No.
Was it worth it to cast Claim the Firstborn there, targeting the Knight of Autumn last turn? I felt like
Possibly.
it may have been. You just push through a lot of damage because then everything can attack.
I do
And-
love the fact that we're gonna end up seeing Fire Blast here on the Spell Seeker. For multiple reasons. 1, time. 2, it's just correct no matter what. Because otherwise you see Time Walk come down here and then you just lose.
How do you win through Time Walk though? How are you winning? I guess you
You
get to
just-
just you can't you have a
assuming
certain
you
amount
had-
of turns, right? You can't infinitely blink your dudes. There's a Frost on now.
See, the thing is, you have this card in your hand, that allows you to like blink your spell seekers multiple times.
But
You
he
can
was
get an
alive at the
additional.
time.
Basically, you can get. Actually, you already have source and path in your graveyard. Never mind. That might actually make it difficult.
Like honestly, like there's a Ferocity on this board, and it limits the amount that you can do.
I'm well aware that happens.
Okay,
but I
now
think
I'm
that
definitely claiming the
if it wasn't for the
firstborn
source of the path, if it wasn't for the source of the path in the graveyard, I think you could use the Yorion at some point to, while Spellseeker is in play, exile it, get it back end of turn, get a sword, exile the Ferocity, and then move on life. I think you could have found the remove spell if you had it in there. I could get it with Spellseeker and such.
Is Simpleman dead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Also, I think
8,
you can
9.
raise them with Yorion. You can just play Yorion to kill them quicker than you die
1,
to.
2, 5.
He goes to
7,
2.
9,
He goes to 2.
13. He goes to 1, I believe.
1, 1, 2, 3,
So
4.
they're
5,
basically dead.
6,
Is what's the point here?
7,
Yeah.
8,
multiple
9,
manners.
10, 11, 12, 14. Yeah, he goes to 1.
Yeah, with 2 devils on the field. That's not great. Oh, and then he can't cast any, like, he can't blink any of his.
He cannot play another creature for the rest of this game.
Well, until he
Right.
answered the Ferocidon, right?
Or gains more life. Somehow.
Or gains 1 life. But most of his life gain is also on creatures.
So, I'm personally rooting for Simpleman in this matchup because I don't want to face Wolfgang.
And it is worth mentioning that because of the way that triggers work, essentially, if Simpleman were to cast a creature, Wolfgang's Cloud Ferocidon trigger would resolve before. Like if you cast like a lone mission
on their turn. If you cast like a click though,
yeah,
on your opponent's
if you
turn,
cast if you have a spell on Wolfgang's turn, then that's different. But given that most creatures do not have flash,
I quite like this key from Wolfgang. Searing Blaze is just such a great card against Mana Dog decks.
yeah, against the Mana Dog deck, you get to like burst line in their first thing, Searing Blaze the second one.
The only downside is
like
the only thing I would really want to like change in Wolfgang's hand is, I don't know, having an actual 1-drop, and then they're probably pretty good to go. Even then, turn 1 burst lightning or lightning bolt, not the end of the world if you need to. Probably not gonna see it either way, especially if we're like locking troll. Nope, just remounted. That's not bad. Have the 3rd mana for your curve. Helps a lot with Abbot. Helps with casting your actual Tipple to cost 3 mana.
Are you
As
burst
opposed to
lightning
Tipple.
this Elvish Visionary?
I don't think so, specifically because you have the Searing Blaze. If you really want to go down that road.
Are you burst line in their face then?
I don't think.
No, you do not have enough pressure in hand. This is not a quick win hand. You don't have like Fire Blast, Sulfuric Vortex, like you don't have a lot of continual damage. So I don't feel like you really use the burst lightning to phase quickly enough. You're drawing more burn, admittedly. I think Tipple next turn is probably what we should see. And then likely
Simpleman needs to draw a creature. He hasn't drawn. He's drawn straight land so far, which has been unfortunate.
Absolutely. Are we greedy enough that we like go finally into Eldritch?
This turn?
Yeah. Well,
No.
finale this turn, Eldritch next turn.
No.
I mean, I agree, but
sounds like you get blown out so hard.
Oof, the Vortex. Oh, the sadness on the stack. Sadness was sold. That's the price of playing Abbot when you don't have a ton of mana in play.
Wait, in response to sadness.
Ah, yes, the classic.
You response to sadness with more sadness.
Sadness squared.
He responds to sadness by ulting the options menu in Arena.
Oh yes. I love that meme.
Yeah, so we're probably just going to see next turn, depending on if we see a mountain or a burn spell of 1 mana or 2 mana, We're just gonna see like 6 damage go face from burn spells, and then an additional 5 on the board. Possibly some going for creatures depending on what the Sibbleman has. Yeah, likely just gonna get a 2-drop here or some sort, maybe like a Wall of Omens, kind of a card full of blossoms. I guess is the one.
Yeah. Wall of Blossoms is very hard to kill as
I'm
well.
trying to think is that you could get Scavenging Ooze. It just doesn't seem right.
Can you get Goyf? Is a Goyf big enough here?
It's
That's
a
3/4?
free fall currently.
You could get
That's not
Goyf.
bad actually. I do quite like getting Goyf actually.
Like, I don't know if I like getting Goyf because I kind of want an Eldritch Evolution whenever I get, and
Valid.
and
And I
I'd
think
rather
getting
just
a card
draw the
flow
other
is just
card.
really important. You need to find something. So,
Yeah, you either get Goyf or Blossoms. I think. I think those
yeah,
are the
I can't
two.
think much else really. I guess there is, and I don't like it, but it's the what's the 2/2 that's Grice and like Prince, Obedient Prince or something.
Charming Prince.
Charming Prince, Obedient Prince. Oh, that's
Yeah,
a
I don't like
different card.
Charming Prince. They get Goyf here. Goyf's fine.
Oh, Fire Blast! Come on, Wolfgang, go yeehaw! Actually, it because of 4/5. That's correct. Because
Because
Finale.
Finale goes to the graveyard.
I honestly just like removal swing. That's what I'd go with.
They're gonna play Tybalt here. I don't like this
Yeah.
play. I
No,
kind of
I
like
just wanna
holding,
get- I just wanna
swinging,
get
and then
the,
holding up the
Target
removal
out of the way.
spell.
Like, it has the potential to grow. You don't.
Ooh, you get a Llanowar Elf now that you can Eldritch Evolution away.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think that's not the one you're going for. I'm just trying to think if there's any
Kitchen
argument for getting a
Finks?
4-drop.
You
Yeah,
could get
Kitchen
something like
Finks
Elite
or
Guard
Spellseeker.
Major or Charming
You could be
Prince,
greedy
or
and
not
just
Charming
get,
Prince,
like,
Palace
Spellseeker.
Jailer, but I don't like either of those options. For like, I'd rather have the Tarmogoyf than those options, right?
Yeah, I agree on keeping Atomic Off. I'm just trying to explore if there's anything else.
Yeah, I don't have his deck list in front of me, so I don't know
Spellseeker.
exactly. You can get
Get
Spellseeker.
Spellseeker.
You can
Coward.
get it with the
Because you're definitely
with
not
the
getting
elf.
Kitchen Finks here.
Oh right, there's a Tybalt out. You're correct.
Yeah.
Now, these Tybalts have been
I really
putting,
like getting Spellseeker and just immediately casting Ephemerate.
These Tybalts have been putting in some...
I think I would actually really like to see that, personally. I hate attacking here. Unless you really want to.
Do you hate attacking if you get Spellseeker? I
I
guess
hate
no, never
attacking.
mind.
Now they block, kill your 1/1, and you don't get to kill the Tybalt.
Oh right,
Yeah.
this is how this works.
And your elf
If it was
dies.
just a 1/1, then that'd be an argument. But now
Yeah,
you're
this
not
is
you're not even
bad
keeping
for-
your freaking Tarmogoyf back for blocking. Like, what are you doing at this point?
Yeah,
this
now-
was-
And
this
honestly,
is a-
You're
honestly, if you
taking,
don't sacrifice your Tarmogoyf, you might just fucking die.
like
You
you're
might just die.
probably taking
So
up
this
4
is
damage
6,
from this attack.
7, 8,
1,
9, 10,
2,
11. This is lethal. This
Wait.
is exactly lethal.
1, 2,
This is
3,
indeed
4,
exactly
5.
lethal.
What is it?
This is
What
no
is in
longer
Wolfgang's
exactly lethal.
hand?
Wolfgang
He has
is
a
using
burst lightning, then a lightning bolt.
78 burn spells
It's
is
not
in,
like
is in
Wolfgang.
his hand. I see. Yeah.
So okay, let me go through this. 10 damage of burn in hand, correct?
1,
Yeah.
2, 3,
Okay. I
4,
was
power
missing
on
that
the
he had
board,
10
and 3
damage
power
of burn in
triggers.
hand.
You're missing lethal here, buddy. You could have just gone face.
Oh, he's going
Yes,
to
they
the
could have a
Goyf.
flash
he
Because he had
creature.
what? He had 5 plus 4. That's 9 damage of burn you can cast,
But
right?
frankly, you could just have
Um,
gone fire
9
ambush
damage
face,
of
tag,
burn
and see what happens.
plus
Like, this is definitely the
plus
safe choice. I don't
1 plus
agree, but like,
9
Yeah, I
plus
mean,
5.
given also the texture of Symbolsman hand, the Symbolsman doesn't get to do anything here, right?
But I mean,
But
Wolfgang doesn't
again,
know
yeah.
that.
But Wolfgang doesn't know that exactly. That's my point.
yeah. But I think if you know Symbolman's, if you feel fairly confident in knowing Symbolman's list, you should also know they don't play a lot of flash creatures or flash threats in any manner. They might cast like. Can't even think of anything. I guess the blue-green snow threat.
Coital.
They can play. Yeah, they can play that and block your Abbot and then save 5 damage. Pretty good, admittedly, but not the end of the world.
Oh yeah, they probably play Rescue
Now-
Angel.
I mean, he's just,
Restoration is a possibility, yes.
he's just dead this turn.
I think they actually even end up cutting now.
You just cast this Tybalt, or you cast this Onslaught Crasher, you attack with everything, and then you fire blast them.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, that probably that in a variety of ways, right? Like this bold
I think
Actually,
the On-Crop Crasher is the least like it has the least downside.
It's less damage than Bolt. It's one less damage.
The thing,
I don't think it matters much.
the thing that is weird is that, like, you know, like if you're in
When
Wolfgang
you're using
C,
the Crack of the Fish
if
in
you're in
response,
Wolfgang C,
Steelman just knows it's lost.
like if you are in Wolfgang seat, right? You see your opponent with 3 cards in hand, passing, holding like 5 mana up, right? You have to imagine their cards aren't all blanks, which we know they are.
Yeah, actually,
but like
Court.
But even if their cards aren't all blank, if you play this On-Crop Crasher, you're still getting a lethal.
The
Right?
only card I can see doing anything here is Court. And they didn't even crack the fetch in response to you casting your mentor here. Like at that point, they've just given up. Yeah.
Like the reason why I like the On-Crop Crasher
And then
is because it doesn't make you commit
pass
this
a turn.
ball.
You pass a turn here. Wolfgang should definitely pass a turn here. That was a mistake.
really,
You pass the turn, you do this and not keep. Doesn't change anything.
Yeah, so he did not keep. Might as well tap it down on their turn.
so that
And if they
have
cast
a
anything,
spell, yeah, it ended up not mattering. Right. Yeah, you're supposed to do that. Yep, you're right.
no, more so like I was gonna say live game, but that doesn't matter because you have.
But like
Because you have
the one thing I like about playing the On-Crop Crasher is you don't commit the bolt to this, right? If he does have
Agreed.
something, you've now committed the bolt. And I'd rather have held on to this bolt because that could be a way that you get an extra damage after you've committed everything.
No, I agree.
I do think that game came down to the Tarmogoyf swing. It was the tide.
I mean, it was a bad position for him for a simple man either way. But you just kind of you just said, "Kill me."
Right.
Put your hands up in there, just kill me.
So,
like,
here's where we're at. This is the end of round 2. We're gonna pair round 3 shortly. Before that, a reminder that if you want to join, into this tournament, your best bet is joining our Discord. Plus the Canadian Highlander, the official Canadian Highlander Discord, which is what we use as a base for this thing, for this tournament, is also just a great place. You get to you get to hang out with some wonderful humans. You get to like play games, even not just on MTGO, by the way. If you would rather, for example, play on camera on Spell Table, there's a scene for that too. And if you just have no idea how to get started about the format, either in paper or on MTGO, the Discord will definitely help you. The people on the Discord will definitely help you with doing that. So you can type !Discord in chat, or if you are looking at this on YouTube, there is a video in the description down below. And here is where I try to get my camera to, like down there. I did it. Also, if you already know all that stuff and just want the link to next to the sign up page for next event, you can just type !Next event. If you are on YouTube, there will be a link to our website in the description down below, and one of the pages is just the next event pages, and the next event, the upcoming events page. Just go there and figure it out. So that's it. Also, as a reminder, we are brought to you in part thanks to the generous donation, thanks to the generous subscriptions of our viewers. So if you wanted to subscribe to our channel, shilling a little bit here, but that would help us getting more consistent, getting things like prices on the line. Plus, maybe we could, for example, try to build some sort of 10-point account that can either lend cards to players if they absolutely need them, or even just use it for content creation. Those are all things that having a little bit of income in the forms of subscription money would help. So, plus, if you have a Prime sub, that should definitely go to somebody. It's definitely not. It's definitely something that whatever content creator gets your Prime sub will need the money from the Prime sub more than Jeff Bezos needs those $5. Just putting it out there. Actually, so currently I don't use my Prime sub to subscribe to this channel because I think it's a little shady. Like, I don't know if that's how. I don't know if that's against the Twitch TOS. Because like technically, like I am not the 10th point, right? Like I'm just one of the organizers of the 10th point. I happen to be the guy who is largely in charge, but also like I don't know. This is neither here nor
Be an
there.
interesting question, and I'm not sure.
Yeah, like it feels like I would
So-
be definitely disobeying what Prime subs are for in spirit, if not in the letter of the law. But
However,
You should. Don't you also have a Prime sub you can sub you can gift for free because you're owner of the channel?
Alright.
No, never mind. I'll talk to you later about it.
No, that's my point. Like, so I have a Prime sub I can give using my personal account, the Red Mage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, I stream on Twitch 3 times a week, in case you want. Like, I don't do that because I think that's kind of shady.
Yeah, we should talk about that later.
I
Arthur. You
don't know.
should
I don't
continue.
know if that is allowed. But either way, yeah, this is not
we should move
relevant.
it along.
Yeah, let me just pair next round.
While he's doing the pairing, I just want to mention that in my last match against Symbol game 1 took forever because I had a punt where I could have done 15 damage in a turn and just had exerted my thing or my on-crop crasher too early. And
I was like looking at that boss thing and like, how did it end up like this?
well, yeah, game 1 took forever because I could have killed them and then just stuck around seeing if I could pull it around, and it just took. That's what why game 1
Oh no,
was
I have to move more.
like
Pain player.
35 minutes. Well,
Not Painslayer Angel. Anything but Painslayer Angel. Then again, Core Fire, not Core. What is it called? Is it even called Core something? What is it called? Core Firewalker. That probably holds my memories more so. Or Ravages of War. Oh god, Ravages of War. I'm still traumatized by Ravages of War for reference. That card will continue to haunt my nightmares forever on, and is never getting put in any deck I'm making ever again. He says and is probably gonna put in a deck at some point.
fully knowing that is probably going to be
Yeah, because some of us aren't actually
one of the next
superstitious.
2 decks that.
I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, this die rolled a 1 3 times in a row. I'm gonna change it because it's clearly bad. Unless I clearly demonstrate that it's clearly the 20th time in a row. I'm like, okay, this is getting weird.
I mean, but
It
that's
might
also
actually
the
be
thing,
cursed
right?
or
If you lose
weighted.
like 50 die rolls in a row, that there's a chance that like it's not that impossible that like that has
people
happened
are
at some
really
point in the
bad.
history of humanity, right?
People are really bad with like concepts of randomness. Like, I haven't taken this course, but I heard of it like at my uni, where one thing they do at one point is like half of them ish just make up some random sequence of coin flips. The other one actually generates a sequence of coin flips, and then the teacher can basically consistently can just basically tell this is made up, this is random, this is random, this is made up, etc. Like
There's actually like
boom, 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 because you can figure it out.
like
Because
if
we're
you
bad.
a way that computers detect fraud actually and that is used to detect fraud algorithmically is that if you look at sequences of
burning rain.
numbers that like the last few digits of a monetary transaction, chances are basically random, right? Because that's, you add like, X% tax and all of that stuff, and like, like, and if you look at the last, at the last few digits that people invent, they never create numbers that end in 0 or 5 because they think they're not random enough. Like,
Yeah, some numbers. I believe 7 is quite commonly chosen when you
yeah.
people to
There's
choose
like
a
numbers
random
that pop
number.
out. I think it's 7 and 3 are the ending
Yeah.
digits that.
Which makes a lot of sense. Like historically, they have a lot of like reasons to be chosen.
Yeah, 7.
1 and 10 are usually not chosen because they're extremes. Same with like 5. I think 5 is pretty less common chosen than 6, even though they're both equally much on the same.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
in
everybody
the
knows that
middle
7
area, right?
is the most random number, right? Like that's just how math works. I'm pretty sure. So.
I can't confirm. I am physics man.
Yeah. As we're both physicists with a good understanding of both randomness and math, we can confirm that 7 is the most random number.
You heard it here first, folks. This is Marcos and I's our new paper on why 7 is the most random number.
Yes. Expect it on physics
Coming out
letters
soon
coming up
to
next
a
week.
bookstore near you. And
Yeah,
yes, we also definitely sell scientific papers in bookstores. Definitely.
We have a deal with nature. It's gonna be on that.
Yeah, exactly.
The next issue, I think.
God. And why you should use 7 for all your encoding needs. 7-digit code. But I could just use 20. No.
No. You use 7-digit code and it's always
It's not even like
7777777.
Just like instead of using binary, we just use powers of 7.
749. And then
Yeah.
I actually don't know what
I don't
7
even
to
know
the
what goes
30
beyond
is.
A lot.
343, I think.
It's 280 plus 36, so it's 276, I believe. 1 second.
Wait, 7 to the 3rd?
343.
Yeah, I got it.
And then we
yeah.
have 2,401. And then I'm not going to go any
7
further than
times
that.
7 is 49, right? So it's 7 times 50 minus 7.
49, easy. I just love this fight between Brahms and Wolfgang, which is basically Brahms, ramp, Wolfgang, no, Brahms, ramp, Wolfgang, no.
Yeah. Whoever yells at the other, either ramp or no, the loudest that gets to win this game.
Yeah, and now we're just gonna see no. Take 2. And then on this, it's basically can Brahms top deck either life gain or land off the top, or they're dead because there's 6 point to burn in hand. And they're gonna take 7 this time, and 1 from fetch.
I have a task for chat actually. Can somebody actually make me Twitch emotes for that stupid Gosmith with the eyeglasses picture at some point so we can add that? Because I would love to do that, and I'm just too lazy. Also, that reminds me of nothing that is relevant. Please keep going.
What even would be the emote name?
Deal.
So are our commands D10 too, or just D10?
Huh? What did you ask? Sorry, I was not paying attention.
Like, you know how every command has like the words in front of it, like.
Oh, right. Let me. I don't know actually. I think.
Is it D10 2 or D10?
We are D10
Because this
two.
D10 2 hair.
Yeah, no, we are D10 2.
Damn it.
Yeah, so you need to be partnered to choose your prefix. Otherwise, I would.
The 10P had been good.
Yeah, I would have picked T10P probably as the prefix if I could. But you need to be
just
partnered.
10P, but that's pretty. I think it has to start with a letter.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it would probably be one of those, but you need to be partnered. So essentially, my point is Please just tell all of your friends so that they show up here, and B, we would actually need to ramp up our streaming quite a bit in order to make it happen,
Please.
because there is like a limit. You have to stream.
Are you
at
trying to
least
tell me we
4
should get
times a
people
week,
interested in this format?
Yes, actually, that's. I mean, look, I'm not gonna like. That's the big reason that the reason that the 10th point exists is that I want to get more people's eyes on this format, and I want to get the people that do have are involved in this format a chance to play in a competitive setting, because like even if you have your own play group, right? Like, which most people don't, to be fair, but even if you do, chances are that the most experience that you have of playing Highlander is just like you sit down with your deck and your friend has their deck and you just jump games, right? But like there isn't. It's harder to find a setting where people are actually playing in a tournament for stakes, and the stakes aren't the highest in the 10th point, but they're there, and I do think that that's a valuable thing to have, and that's kind of I want to give people an opportunity to have access.
Yeah,
to that.
you might definitely say that the stakes have been higher.
Yeah, but there are stakes. Like I think that, when you're talking about stakes, no dollar counts more than the first one you put on the line. Like, there is a big difference between having $0 on the line or $1 on the line, and obviously the stakes become bigger. The tournament increasing becomes more and more serious. But like, I think that the difference between not having anything on the line and having something on the line, pretty much no matter what it is already pretty pretty big. It's a kind of the same reason that when I play like poker, I like having like $1 per person on the line or some bullshit like that, right? Because like I think that people play more tight if there is something on the line, even if it turns out that said something is basically negligible.
So here's something interesting. We're probably going to see an attack and then possibly sacking a land here. And again, we have a 4-drop and a 3-drop in hand. Maybe sacking a land isn't worth killing the birds for.
Oh, Wolf's up a game, right?
Yes. Wolfgang did indeed win the last game. Unless I missed something. This is looking like a difficult game for Brahms to win. Not impossible by any means. They're not that far behind. But I mentioned actually Wolf's Silverhand is kind of what I would like to see come down here. Quite
Ooh, we
possibly.
see the new Garrick.
Not sure I love the Garrock here, to be honest. Because it just doesn't really... I guess it is 2 free freeze quickly.
Yeah,
Supposed to
we
just
make some
one-threat.
idiots.
Yeah, it makes a board quicker, I suppose, than just putting down one creature this turn and one next turn. You can it's like kind of 1 this turn and 2 next turn. The value. Let's see, what do we have for Wolfgang here? Grim Lavamancer. Not the most optimal when you have a Phoenix of Ash and you have a Lava Dart and Lava Dart is still in card neutral, I suppose. She's like a land.
Oh, you get to heal the Garrick here with the Phoenix. It's kind of good.
Are we gonna see a jump here? Are we gonna see Garrock get killed? Garrock gets killed, prefers to have the birds, makes sense.
Garrick's dead.
I think I would have actually jump blocked
You
here,
think you would have
interestingly.
thrown the bird under the bus?
Yeah. I think I would have rather had a free than a bird here. Like, yes, I can't cast my wolf here, but I also have 2 clues and I can sack and get some lands at some point,
Yeah,
probably.
plus now the Gem Razor actually gets to
Yeah, and if I plot
the Gem Razor
plus
makes
Garrock,
the
that
Phoenix
forces him to
really
tag it
really
again.
awkward here, right? Because now you have to attack and pump and use all of your mana for that. You lit on Abbott
And the thing
here?
is
Okay,
here, right?
He goes for the pump. He goes for the attack and pump. I think, yeah, there's no scenario where you don't block there. But thanks to this land that he drew, Wolf still gets to deploy a Grim Lava Man.
Exactly. You have a 6 damage burn spell in hand. You have, which becomes a 7 damage burn spell due to your archer.
Yeah.
And you have a lava monster that can just slowly pew pew. Lava dart gets in for 2 points of damage. Actually, you can fire an archer, being a real pro here.
Yeah, and
Also,
your Lava Man has some pings too. Granted, this Wolfir Silverheart is 12, like, is 12 worth of power,
Let's
so that
go.
is...
So this is legit. I think I would just make the beast big and attack. Because then I guess we aim for 16 and 7 the following turn then. And I actually think this is a great time to go choo choo. Let's race, buddy. Because you have a berserk, for fuck's sake. Use that card.
Oh, there's a Berserk in hand? I had not realized that. Berserk on this Wolfir Silverheart is gonna be quite the potent attack.
That is what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to make the beast a 7/7 and just force him to jump block. Or at least go like, I'm fine being a 12 and then die next turn. To a bunch of like...
Yeah, I don't think Wolf can
beasts.
cobble together 15 points of damage this turn, can he?
No, that was like my line of thought too. Like, they need something real good. They have what, 7, 9 points of in hand. Then like 2 more with the lava mess if they drew a land.
Which they didn't.
They need like a bunch of bolts, like a ton of bolts.
So
I think if they had like 3 bolt-like effects, that's still only like, that's still one off lethal.
So they get to do 7, 9, yeah. And then...
I guess it would be lethal then attacking afterwards, actually. So specifically like 3 bolt and or shock should be like about lethal.
Finds an eye
Depending on
trail, which is kind of awkward.
Interesting
It doesn't kill
choice.
anything anymore.
That is true. Not even sure I cast it.
Yeah, it's
Play
free.
the,
It's a
Aggro.
free card, right? So you probably
I think I just prioritize just getting the
use
down
it
and
just as a
lava
lava
lateral.
spike here.
Like, wait, are you shooting yourself?
No,
Oh, I thought he shot
the
himself for a
bird.
second there. Yeah, I was like, wow, God. Wolfgang, I'm disappointed in you for a second. Clearly didn't have a good reason, but still.
And now, but
This is
now
what I'm saying, like let's imagine you attacked last time with a 7/7 beast, and if they blocked, well, you're happy, you killed off a creature, you killed off like a 2/2 or something. The same creature you would equivalently probably have been blocking the next turn, right?
So
with the beast. And if they didn't block, they'd be at 12 and
16
probably
oh,
just straight
they
up
didn't.
die to a braid. To Berserk here.
Can
Is this an all-in attack?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Don't you have to Berserk before attack?
No, it's an instant.
Before the damage, okay. No, but I remember that I had some weird claws. So Berserk.
Yeah, just before damage.
Yeah, so there is.
But you're right.
It's gonna be 19.
So the question here is, like, how do you block?
23.
You just, I think from Wolfgang's perspective, you jump block the Wolf Fear, and you call it a day. That seems to be the obvious smart play. Now that leaves you dead.
Yeah.
Then again,
I mean,
frankly, I think they're dead.
The thing is that, like,
They
I think that if the Berserk was face up on the table, Brahms, like, Wolfgang would still be dead. I don't see a way for him not to die. Like, I know.
Yeah, like they
I'm
really
assuming
need to
that
like
the Wolfir
go
Silver
all
get
in here
Berserk
to
here,
block.
and I don't see a way that.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I still really would have liked to have seen an attack last turn with the boar.
Like, let's assume.
Admittedly, the attack this turn would have been a lot worse if the boar just had been a 7/7. A lot easier to double jump.
The toughness goes in front of the Silverheart. That is.
No, you block the boar first. Then.
So you can put 5 toughness in front of the Silverheart if you flashback the lava dart. and then you block what you put another one of the 1 toughness creature in front. You put another one of the 1 toughness creature in front of the beast. So that's
Honestly,
gonna be 11.
the only correct choice is to assume they don't have it,
14,
and just
18. Okay,
because
Wolfgang.
without the wolf here, they had 10 points.
If Wolfgang had just known about the berserk, he would have survived that one. From this
I mean, yeah, of course,
and
but then you
and
died
bomb.
like turn or two afterwards.
Yeah, no, it would not be great, obviously. I'm not saying that after that he would have actually won the game. I just thought that it was interesting to figure out if there was any block that he could do. Surviving at 1 also required to cast the lava dart to trigger prowess on the.
These are a couple of interesting hands. I do like Brahms' hand. It's a bit risky, considering you're kind of relying on either drawing more green soul, but also relying on drawing both green soul actually.
So this hand can cast a Boreal Druid, and the Voracious Drider is quite a potent stabilizing tool.
I would actually
Wolfgang doesn't have a 1-drop, which is kind of awkward.
I would have looked because there's the Mutavault as well, bottoming that.
Yeah. You don't probably didn't need your 4th land, right? The
only argument I really for why I like keeping the Mutavault, I guess, because at that point you only have 3 lands, is that you have 2 X cost creatures, and casting them for X equals 1 more, especially when you're curving out, usually a lot cleaner. Ah, yes, Nissa who shakes the bote. Once again, refuse to call it anything else. I imagine we're just going to see an Incendiary flow on that. Yep, looks like it. Incinerate first? No. I'm trying to think. I guess Kitchen Things is the only thing you play around by playing Incinerate over Incendiary flow. I can't think of anything else. I guess kinda Scoos. No, then you're playing Incendiary flow. What are you playing around by not playing Incendiary flow, really? I don't like it. It's a small thing, absolutely, but like having an instant over a sorcery, usually that much better than just exiling a creature.
That's interesting. This Voracious Hydra doesn't get to kill the.
No, but it's a 4/5, and
it is a 4/5.
You're more than happy.
That is beefy. Like
yeah, you get in for 1 damage, but like I think you're fine with that.
Yeah, like Red has like some amount of tools to deal with.
So this is interesting. This is interesting from Wolfgang's perspective. Do you play on curve here, or do you kill off the Hydra?
I think you kill off the Hydra.
I imagine you play on curve here.
Yeah, I guess that the Hydra is probably gonna plan to block the Ragavan for a bunch of different turns, right? So yeah, I guess that you might as well just play on curve. Yeah. No, you're right.
Mostly because you have a lot of 2-mana cards, so drawing a land means you can play a lot more effectively.
No, I think that the thing is that because of both of your creatures having Menace, you can kind of bank on the Hydra jumping in front of the Ragavan again next turn.
Earthshaker can also remove a blocker that's too small.
Yeah.
Now that's not going to really be the case because there's just
because all of his blockers are huge, but.
Oh, going with the Mistress Factory, I do like that play.
Yeah, because that means that when you animate the Mishra's Factory, like this Mishra's Factory now blocks as a 6. It blocks as a 5/5 for this turn.
As a 6/6. Oh.
No, it cannot block as a 6/6.
Not yet.
Yeah, but next turn it will be able to. Yeah.
Yep, getting in makes sense. Even attacks as a 4/4 if you wanted to. Vigilance is a mechanic.
What's the name of the?
This is looking bad for Wolfgang here. Big green creatures coming into play early and just being in the way is usually not something you prefer as a mono red player.
Like in general, the way that
it already has 7 points of burn, as far as I can count.
It feels like the way it ends up working out is that once if you are
Yeah.
the red deck has only like limited tools to get
8.
big idiots out of the way. Small
Mhm.
idiots, easy. But big idiots, say you have
Uh,
like a few tools, but you don't have
Ba-
infinite tools.
ba- ba-
So
ba-
like
ba-
Brahms has been able to just flood the
So
board
I think
with gigantic
if
dorks.
I'm Wolfgang here, here's what I do. I play the Prismatic Vista, I crack the Prismatic Vista. Actually, I don't crack the Prismatic Vista. I play the Earthshaker camera. I attack with everything. I see how my opponent blocks. Because if they block my 2 creatures, the token and the camera, then they take 4 damage. That puts them at 11. Then I play the Pyromancer. That puts them at 9. And then I have 7 points of burn in hand.
Yeah, this is actually like, you know how you were saying earlier, Incinerate would work a lot better than Incendiary Flow here to have. Because you can incinerate the Mishra's Factory
In
this
response.
turn in response to it becoming a 2/2. But
4/4.
it becoming base power and toughness 2/2. But
That is an even better play than what I was thinking of, to be honest. I was just thinking, I can activate it.
But the problem is
Have
that
it so.
if you do it,
I'm big
but as
dumb.
a sorcery, you but I guess that tops it, so maybe you're fine with it.
No, see, here's the thing. I just letting my creatures die. I just want to like get in for as much. Like my game plus, I have 7 points of burn.
So no,
9 if you count the
right.
Pyromancer.
So you just
No,
want the
please,
Incendiary Flow to
kindly
go
do not
face.
cast that prior to attacking. They might kill your Ferociton. Please just play the Kenra and attack with everything. Just get in as much damage as possible. That is how you win here.
I mean, the Kendra doesn't stop anything from blocking, but it's probably okay.
That doesn't matter. It's
Yeah,
a 2/1 haste.
It's just a 2/1 haste, yeah.
I don't like playing this Vishano. Like, you're taking a damage you don't necessarily have to. I think Wolfgang needs to just be risky here, get in for everything, and just play some creatures.
Yeah, I mean,
And then just
especially
see how
because you
things...
really need Brahms to be under pressure next turn. They're going to be untapping
Yeah,
with
and the thing is, if
so
they
much
block your...
mana.
If they block... Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, if they block your... They either block your Ferociton, or they block your 2 creatures. Because both are equal damage. They probably end up blocking your Ferociton in that case. And if you do that, well, then you take less damage once you play your creatures. And if not, just fine.
Brahms, so he decides to actually not do that quite yet. Which... So he's
Just don't... I don't like you just...
burn in hand.
Like, why would you play like this? I don't like it. Like, your opponent's going to generate more creatures to block with. Why are they activating it? Am I missing something here?
Memes, probably. But it is...
Makes sense.
It is worth mentioning that
You're up against
actually...
a Nissa. Nissa is just making a bigger and bigger board state. You're not winning by going long game. You don't have like anything that's going to win you the long game.
Yeah.
You just need to get in quickly. I really don't like this line of play by Wolfgang. Like, I respect Wolfgang's...
yeah, it's also worth mentioning that Nissa can put pressure on the battlefield without triggering...
exactly.
The
and like, at one point, there's going to be such a large army of Vigilance lands that you can't do shit, because you're going to get beat down.
Though it
by
is
all
worth
these green
mentioning
creatures
that
while they're not tapping.
If the Nissa starts making a billion 3/3s, and you draw like your Fiery Confluence, that can be kind of a blowout. But not even that much of a blowout, because the Mishra's Factory and the Muravolt can both survive it by tapping to animate themselves.
Yeah, and even better, Mishra's can even both animate and then tap to bomb itself afterwards.
Yes. Like, Mishra's Factory, it can be a 6/6.
Exactly.
Man, Vigilance of Mishra's Factory
I hate this way Wolfgang's playing it. Like, what is your game plan now? Are you trying to play 2 turns where you draw double bolt?
Is to reap bolt, right?
Like these were my line of play. Yes, you lose your Rampage Ferociton or something, but they would have been at 6 now, and then you have a Fire Blast as well.
Well,
they'd be at 6 next turn once you play the 3 damage burn spell phase.
Okay, that ain't gonna do it.
But like, you have to draw like a lightning bolt basically there. Like, that's what you're hoping for. You're just praising. Draw the lightning bolt. Draw the lightning bolt.
Yeah, this is like if they choose to attack this turn, that's a lot worse than attacking last turn.
Yeah, because like now you have 1 attack you can get them with now.
Like, I think that you need
2 because you have mana triggers.
Yeah, I think that
No,
you
because like was
needed.
so Skarmory.
You kind of needed your draws to be good, kind of no matter what you did. But I think that
I mean,
the
yes,
line
but
that
like,
but I think that
it's
the
a
line
question of
that
one or
you
two burn
said that
spells, really.
required the like put a lot less pressure on the draws. Like I think that
Exactly.
like
And then you also have like chump blockers this turn that can keep you alive for a good while longer.
yeah.
Like, I just feel like it's like these are the kind of lines that when you played as much red deck wins as Wolfgang and I have, you should realize this.
With that
You
said,
should be able
it
to
is
know.
worth
And
mentioning
these are the
that
big questions. When do I just go in? When do I go balls to the walls? When do I
so
stay behind and play it safe?
if
Like
Brahms
Temperate Charm is such a punishing card here. Like,
if Brahms
admittedly, not
draws
nearly as
well,
punishing when they have a Rampage for us done, but still.
yeah, if Brahms plays this death, right, they end up at 8.
See, the thing is, they have Dirt going all in. Very interesting.
Yeah, because Wolfgang is at 10, right? He has to throw some creatures in front of him. What's going on here? Like, he doesn't get to just take it.
Yep, making correct blocks I see here. Need to also block at least one of the other creatures. I think you should be blocking.
Well, he doesn't know
differently.
about the Blossoming defense.
No, I'm ignoring that. I agree you blocked the Mishras and the Mutable. Those are correct. But I'm just figuring out if you should be blocking with. I think you should be blocking with Rampaging, honestly, here. Like,
I don't know. Did I agree with that?
Karisev at least requires 3 blockers to stop all the damage from. That might actually get you like.
Yeah, actually,
Like,
because your life is gonna be deep in pretty low now. The Ferocidon is increasingly being more and more of a liability, also.
That too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you punish your opponents for playing creatures, but you can't. If they play
But
creatures, you're probably losing
you
anyway.
also punish yourself.
I mean, to be fair, I forgot their lands would be still untapped at this point.
So
Forget that.
Pop would do
But
it.
it doesn't matter. I think you're
Pop
basically hoping to
top
draw
would do
like any 4+ damage burn spell here. That doesn't kill you. So
does
like,
this Phoenix Vash do it? No, it's still too
no,
short.
it does not.
Yeah. So yeah,
This is what I'm saying.
Top of the top.
With my line of play, that would have been lethal.
Yeah. So
That would have done it. That would actually have been a win.
Yeah, it would have. Pop of the top would have been lethal there, or I guess Flame Rift is that's in Wolfgang's deck, or some other like 4 points.
Pop wouldn't have been. Oh yeah, right. I forget the creatures are still.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at the line with the lands usually. I'm like, well, it's just basic forest, 2 of them. Why? They take no damage from prize. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, they take 4. They have a Mutable and the Mishra's Factory. They are in fact still lands.
Can't confirm our lands.
Can confirm lands are lands.
But like, these are the small lines of play that you miss when you play mono red. And again, Wolfgang has so much experience with this deck, and still just didn't think it through and missed.
Yeah,
that.
I mean, like
This is the point.
the lines like the ones that you're thinking can be really scary, right? Like you're kind of like, look, I'm gonna do this, suicide all of my board and use all of my hand to put my opponent to 3, and then I have to hope that I draw a bolt in the next 2 turns or I lose the game.
Yeah.
And
this is why this and I was asked this earlier. Should you play? Should you when we get the new eruption card? Should you replace volcanic hammer with that one or like fiery? And this is why I'm saying no, because you want an additional. Yes, even a 2-mana, you want an additional. Just straight up deal 3 burn spell at 2 mana. You want that.
I sure. I guess my point is kind of like I understand, like I'm not gonna fault players for necessarily feeling uncomfortable going for the lines, even though sometimes they're correct, because it can be very counterintuitive that you have to go for it. But I do agree with you. But I do agree with you that in that case it was correct.
Here's the irony. Like usually, if it's like, for example, let's take another play by Wolfgang, the killing the Tamagotchi play from one of the prior games against Simpleman. I actually think there's merit to both lines. I actually even think his line is better, I'll admit, because you're so far ahead. even in that case, being able to judge that, can I just win if I just go in here? And if they still even have something minor, am I even likely to lose here? Am I so probable to win the turn after, even if they have Resto Angel or something? They couldn't gain life. The best they could do was a blocker. Asking yourself these kind of questions, like what can they have? What do they probably have? And more importantly, like in the case here,
I have.
I think just being able to
I have real bad news.
realize. Sorry.
The only person that I point is Evios,
Wait.
who also doesn't have hands.
How is Wolfgang playing against Necro? That's
I-
kind of hilarious.
I am.
I think Wolfgang has played all of the 3-pointers.
He hasn't played me, which I'm okay with. Let's just be clear. I'm okay with.
Has Necro played all the 3-pointers?
Maybe Necro has
She
played
hasn't played
everybody with 3 points, actually. Oh, you have?
She hasn't played me.
I don't know what's going on, man. I'm just gonna trust that either hub knows what they're doing.
What?
What's going on?
Something either hub is high.
I think that what's happening, like, sometimes it happens that, like, maybe, like, Simbalman has to play Zannty, right? And because of that, everything has, like, I've seen that happen before, but like, oh, this player actually has to play this other player.
Yeah, Simple Man
like,
has played against Wolfgang, and I believe Simple Man also has played. Yeah, there's probably some like larger like 5D puzzle
yeah, but
that we're missing here.
look, I'm not going to investigate too far. The other problem is that Evios doesn't have hand cam,
I'm
so
now
we
suddenly
can't
tempted
watch.
to do it, even though I shouldn't.
So we can't watch. We're not gonna watch Evios during the. Do you think we should still watch Evios, or because Brahms versus Blahguy is probably a pretty interesting match too.
Frankly, we haven't seen Evius play at any point. I would love to see what Evius is on.
All right, let's take a look.
I think we'll survive not having hand cams on one end at least.
Didn't. Okay, Necro is dropping.
Oh,
Good to know.
Necro is drop.
If Necro's dropping, wouldn't that affect pairings?
Probably. Let me.
Well-
Like,
That's a great question. In all technicality, this is the equivalent of them saying, "I just concede the match."
Yeah.
So you could argue that that is what that's actually what's happening. So technically, I'd say, since it came up after
Yeah.
the pairings went up, I will argue that in this case, it's not them.
it's super
leaving the
awkward
tournament.
though because you're dropping
I-
to a player
I
who
get
gets
you,
the
I get
sixth
you.
thing.
I'm just gonna.
Yes, but the thing is that if we go by like what like
It
Aether Hub's doing,
It kept the pairings because they were already paired. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's
'Cause
fine. Don't worry about
if
it.
they want to leave the tournament prior, they have the option to just when they are putting the results to say, "I want to quit."
Yeah.
I want to.
With that
leave
said, if you're dropping, this applies to all tournaments, but it also to ours. If you're dropping, please let me know when you before the round starts. Because
Preferably, of course, if something happens
yeah, if
afterwards.
The thing is, when you-
if a car crashes into your living room while you are loading your deck for game 4, then yes, you. I
yeah,
understand.
there is the option when you put in your pairings to drop yourself.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Which I mean, it affects me, which is why I'm a little sad. But
look,
I mean, it technically affects everyone.
Yeah.
It affects you negatively, arguably.
yeah, it affects me negatively. But yeah.
Yeah, shit happens. What is? We're still watching.
I'm just sad because I'm gonna go 1-3 again and be the lowest pairing because I was and it's just gonna make
Well,
me
you
sad.
presume you make the assumption you're going to lose here.
Simpleman is a better matchup than like my other matchups I face, so maybe I have a chance.
Tim,
Who could
what
you-
are
who
your
could you go up
good
against?
matchups here?
Zannty,
is
out of
literally
curiosity,
the only person that you can beat.
Before you start the
Okay.
game, question:
I think Evos is a good
Zannty.
matchup for me.
Zannty, who have you played against? You play against Luca, correct?
Yes,
You played against who else?
Blahguy,
And
loading.
Ah, right, leveling. Which means you could have gone up against. Yeah, you were supposed. Well, you were going to go up against probably against Simple Man either way. Then, I think I'm not sure how they choose to pair in these kind of situations. If they prioritize giving you or Simple Man a buy,
So
they might have.
The way that this works is that
Oh, I'm in
Assuming
here, by the
that-
way, guys, just because Simple Man's making a sandwich, and so I'm just
Absolutely.
continuing to chat while I'm not just lonely in a room by myself.
Thing
We're
that
just
makes
waiting
a
on Blahguy
sandwich
getting
is
set up here
the-
mostly, as well as Red Mage.
Who
Blahguy. Yeah, there we go.
I'm waiting for them to create a game which they
Absolutely.
have actually, and I'm an idiot.
But yeah,
Oh, they have been going. I am sorry. I
Ooh.
could not see. I would not see them
Blamed here.
having made a game, and it just.
Cool.
But that's entirely on me.
We've got a lot happening already.
Yeah, there's like
There's
a rotting
what looks
register
like
on the
some
field,
sort-
and
I was gonna say some sort of. What is this? What is Evius playing? I guess Teamer Blitz?
Evius has
But
been playing like
Goblin?
blue red.
He's been playing Gruul or
Yeah, green red like mid range.
Right, yeah, Green
Gruul
Red
slash
Monsters.
Maya, which I think is a very good matchup for me. So not very
But
good,
what
but
is-
like it's better than a lot
What
of the
is
rest. This rotting Regisaur seems like it's a problem. I'm gonna be honest.
Wow, what tipped you off?
Boy,
The 7/6 of the rotting Regisaur.
You get to reanimate
yes.
the spawn of mayhem that you
one.
discarded earlier too.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
The
This
battle on
fun.
you. And then you dismember their creature when it gets too big. Hew. Oh, but you can reanimate the Kraken Maker and sacrifice the Kraken Maker.
You know, I'm gonna just say I don't think this Sylvan Liar Berry is gonna be that
See,
relevant.
It's
this
actually
game.
funny. I'm not even sure it's correct to use the dismember here.
No, I don't think it's correct now. I think you wait a turn.
I think
Yeah, exactly.
depending on how many pump spells or such they might have, it is
True.
completely correct to do it on your turn.
They're
I don't
not
think they're
playing
playing any pump spells though.
Yeah, this is not a Blitz.
Like I don't think
This
they're
is more of
playing
a
literally any
Stompy
pump
that-
spell.
Like they probably have like Blossom in defense, right? But like this is not. This is a Blitz deck. This is not a Blitz deck. This is a Stompy deck, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Even though I literally just said the
My
opposite, but-
my partner in crime has come to the match, so I'm going to leave you guys now.
The buys.
Bye-bye.
have
Good luck.
yeah,
Too late.
go for it.
But it, like, I mean, Evius has been known for playing some. I mean, people we criticize Loman and I especially criticize some Evius card choices here and there, like, but nothing like majorly like. Why are you playing Giant Spider? Why are you playing also Giant Spider?
I mean, memes is the answer to why they're playing Giant Spiders, but also like the thing is that like Evius's card choices are rooted deeply in in like Evius plays a lot of Highlander. He like if you watch the play queue on the Discord, the Evius is there a lot. So like
I'm just like
I'm not
looking at
gonna
like
say
the
that
Civil
like,
Library
you
and
know,
just
all of
questioning
his
what it's
card
doing in this
choices
deck.
are 100% correct, but they're definitely at least rooted in experience. I think that with the volume of games that
I
Evius plays,
agree.
if it had was
I'm not saying
completely
Evius by any
bullshit, he
means
would have
is a bad
probably
player. I think it's more a case of I disagree with some of their choices.
Yeah.
And I think a part of this is also the result of the meta. I think especially like
I think that some of it is just
I think there's two ways to look at it. Like I think there's two types of meta games if you think about it. There's the actual meta game, i.e. a lot of people I know like to play blue X control more than the average metagame would suggest. And then there's the theoretical metagame.
But
And I
also
guess
there's
actual
another
metagame from
there's a
different
third
levels.
layer to that, right? Which is like you're not building to the Canlander metagame as a whole. You're building to the 10th point metagame, which is kind of
Agreed.
like you know that there are like 2.5
Which is ironic, 'cause
people
then I-
playing red aggressive deck
If I was
every
building
week,
for the
know.
10th point metagame, card I definitely wouldn't be playing. It's called Sylvan Library.
You're not wrong. I mean, maybe Sylvan Library ends up being powerful enough to play it anyway, but I don't know that.
I don't know, man. It feels slow in a deck that wants to go burp burp.
I don't think Adivius is. I think
Not
Adivius
nice.
deck is more mid-range than you give it credit for. And the other thing is that I think because the meta
I'm
game,
not sure I agree on that one.
because the meta game is so aggressive, I think that Evios is actually incentivized to go maybe just a tiny bit slower, so that you can
I agree.
actually have bigger cards
I
that can.
agree. I think what EUS is here is an in between, optimally, an in between of like a medium green, medium red kind of deck and a mono red deck. Like I think you should only be playing the best of the green and red, like the Glory Bringers and such, and the Ram creatures. But I also think you should be also playing like your Lightning Strikes instead of Sylvan Libraries. I'm not sure how much burn EVS is on in particular, but I think
Probably about 7,
I think
if I
having
had
a
to
fine
guess.
hybrid is where they should be.
Unless
Yeah,
I have
this
a
is gonna be
land in like
lethal.
an elf, I'm pretty sure that EVS is just done for.
Yep, this is looking pretty grave.
Mm-hmm.
Pew 6 yeah, then 7 yeah. You're 9. Oh, never mind. You're dead. Easy.
Aggro did in fact
good
go
old
brrr
1 point
that game.
cards.
I will say that, like, personally, I have lost to Regisaur a lot, and
Good.
I've actually started the Regisaur, Tarmogoyf, a lot of those like early drop creatures. That's why I think you guys did see it. I was running Claim the Firstborn in my list today.
Yeah, we actually did briefly talk about it, about like, how's this Claim the Firstborn? Is Claim the Firstborn like good?
So I have cast it 3 times. Once was to give my Alanji's Ravager haste.
As you do.
I forget you can target your own creatures with that shit.
Yeah.
Once I stole my
That is
opponent's
neat, I'll admit.
Tarmogoyf, and once I cast it on my Gitu Lava Runner to give it haste, forgetting that by putting it in the graveyard it also gave it haste.
Well,
So,
I mean, it
the
still
card
gave it haste. Mm.
Yeah, the card isn't as dead as I thought it would be, which is definitely a big plus.
I feel like if you're
red
spending
give a creature haste is
yeah,
usually not where you want to be.
It's not the best,
Yeah.
but it's just, you know, like, it's good that it has that fail safe. That's why you play it, right? Like, it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
No, I my problem is still that like if I'm up against like a deck where like stealing your opponent's creatures just isn't going to be relevant, I just don't think it's worth it. I do think it's definitely up there for one of the best seal effects we have available for a red deck.
yeah,
like, I think
it
it
being
feels
1
like
mana.
it feels like if your opponent is if you have expected the way that your opponent are gonna combat your
Can we
mono
get
red
an act of
strategies by
treason
playing
with
green
Lightning,
decks,
please?
that's a hand that feels relevant.
Or like Act of Treason that we can play as a land, but that doesn't cost fucking 5 mana.
Yeah,
the 5 mana
5's a lot.
Yeah.
4 mana I could get behind.
Well,
That
we
3
won
would have
me a
been
game
great
of
for
limited the other
constructed,
day,
but
so we got
probably
that
too good for
going on.
limited.
We do have 2 more sets of double face cards, so maybe we'll get a creature.
Oh, and they confirmed for 2 more sets.
Yeah,
yes, both.
they're not gonna be lands. Like they said that they're probably not gonna be like.
Well, there are gonna be some lands, I think.
Yeah, but okay, let me put it this way: the theme is gonna be different. I don't know if that means that, like, you know, maybe the next one is gonna be like,
I
the
think we're
backside
gonna
is
get
all
instant
instants or
sorcery.
whatever, right?
Yeah, in the Harry Potter Wizard School one, it's probably my guess currently is instant sorcery is an obvious one.
Yeah.
Or
But
something
it might not even be. It might not even.
It might not even be double face cards.
No.
Like the mobile ones.
They said that there will be more a double face card, but like the theme might not be type.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
people were like going, Kaldheim is going to be creatures, and then people came out and it's like the theme might not be type.
Yeah.
Which,
like, it might be the theme of like maybe the back and forth is all mirrored pairs, right? What is like half is a black knight and half is a white knight of some sort, obviously.
Or like
half is a pyroblast
winter.
and half is a hydroblast. Obviously, that's going to be those.
Yeah, or like
cards,
summer winter. Like that feels like really fitting for a place like Kaldheim.
Yeah, sure. Like, you know, like something like that. It might not.
What if all the backsides are snow cards?
Exactly.
Could be.
Yeah, I suppose.
Could be a thing.
That is kind of the snow summer.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. But back to the match.
No.
No?
I refuse.
We,
No, yeah,
We
this
saw
is just
two
looking.
people sleep Garruk Unleashed today. This is the second Garruk
Yep.
Unleashed we see on camera.
Card's not bad. Card's definitely not bad.
Mhm.
It is the Garruk where if you go, I want to kill you now, it's the one you sleep up.
Mhm.
Curious choice here,
But what if I wanted
Well-
to kill you later?
considering that you're probably dead.
Well, no, with the Searing Blaze, it targeted the Grook. Most people don't know that Searing Blaze can target planeswalkers instead
All right,
of players.
Yeah, it can.
No, that's not what I meant. The part I forgot is that you can attack the Garruk. That's the part I forgot.
Depending on what kind of haste threat. Oh, that's interesting. That's
That
legal.
is an unexpected. That's what I don't like.
Oh, what?
Uh,
Oh, okay. there is some slowness.
MCGO,
Yeah,
please.
there's some shenanigans going on here that I don't fully understand, but
Yeah.
MCGO, please.
there was like
These
a
have
purple
been
card
backwards.
on the screen. Oh, we see a mock start from Blahguy. Evios' start remains to be seen.
Yeah. Mox probably actually gonna. Do you think they're gonna run out Copter here or start with the Bomat and the Lacerator? Oh, what's going on with stream?
I think I might be. Yeah, the stream went down. I'm having some internet issues. It looks like. Can
Yeah,
you
that
all
seems
still
like it's
hear
not right.
me?
Oh yeah. No, I can hear
We
you.
can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah, stream's down.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to fix it. I'm not having too much success.
We do have
And we're back. Okay, hi everybody. We are back online. I am sorry for the downtime. We had some. I don't know what happened there, my dude. Like we just had some stuff going on. Whatever. But either way, we're back online.
So this Bomat Courier is going to get a lot of value here.
I'm having commercial breaks. Woo. Aren't you guys just happy that we have to have commercial breaks now? Isn't it just lovely?
Yeah, it's awesome.
10 out of 10. IGN. The greed has consumed.
Yeah, the question is really, I guess you tap the Lacerator, get in with the Copter. Because you really want to.
No, the trick
Get
is
in
you
with-
just magically transform. You just cast a creature that you definitely had in hand all the time. Called it. Oh fuck, it's tapped. Damn it.
I probably would have. Yeah, like how many cards in hand? 0. I probably
It discarded it.
discarded it to.
Yeah,
to-
absolutely. Get there, greedy.
Yeah, get the value. You might draw a Bolt, or something to black with 1 mana.
Like if you just draw a land or something, like yeah, I'll be more happy than happy just to go.
But they're
Me
also
too.
expecting the Bomat to actually die here, so.
Yeah, if you respect the moment, there's definitely an argument. But even then, I'm like, yeah, I'll just do it. Did you just trade or did you sack it? No, you sacked it. And that makes a lot
Yeah.
more sense.
Yeah. Do we got another one? No. Something like Questing Beast would be real bad here for Blahguy. He still has the Copter in the air, but. Oh.
Oof.
Big reset. Let's hope that Blahguy actually got some value off that Bomat.
I mean, they definitely have a value creature in the art, but that's going to be a bit off, I think.
Yeah, you have to have you have to be hack bent to actually get it there. Oh, well,
That's a
gonna get,
big boy.
It's also going
It's
to
a
get
large
you.
lad.
Yeah,
The largest of lots.
that's a 2-turn clock at that.
That's a big laddie.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
Just
try
see-
actually doing
It
accents
is
because I'm
kind of
shite.
insane that Wizards of the House decided to print a 7/6 for 3 mana.
yeah.
Yeah, with no downside.
Like, I mean, it has a downside, right? But like, it still gets to attack
No, you
and
just get-
block every turn.
It allows you to cast your madness spells
Okay.
cheap.
The thing that actually is the
I
thing
don't see a
that
downside
breaks my
here.
mind about it is that they didn't make it sacrifice if you couldn't discard a card.
Yeah, or end step. Discard end step. Like, there's just so many things where you're just like, what if it was slightly different?
Mm-hmm.
Question mark?
Yeah, it's like my favorite discussion for mental misstep. If mental misstep was not counter CMC1, but it just counter, it was like what Nyx was, which is a spell that counters a spell that no mana was spent to cast it.
That card would be really bad.
But it also is the card that it was meant to be, where it hates on the 1 mana Phyrexian spells.
So a anti-Phyrexian spell.
Yes, but
The
also
card that
counters
I
Port
would
the
have
Will.
loved, the card that I would love to have actually is 1 mana, no Phyrexian nonsense. Counter target spell if 1 or less mana was meant to cast it.
That'd be quite good. Not
That
busted,
would be
but
good. I
quite
don't think
good.
it would be busted, but I think it would be good. And
Yeah.
I actually think that's a really interesting card for something like Vintage. Probably
Yeah,
too
yeah,
good
yeah.
for Vintage.
yeah, you might have to. I mean,
It'd be really
Then
good for
again,
Legacy.
they have a lot of buster shit in
well, I
Vintage. Who
mean,
knows?
it's not crazy in Legacy because it does cost 1 mana. Like, I think it would replace
Yeah, like-
cards like,
like-
Spell Pierce and stuff.
Like, what is the worst you counter? Like, the worst things you can counter, like, Legacy are, like, Forces, maybe? And
Well, it's just like the
removal
average
spells and
CMC
Eldritch.
for Legacy is very, very low. So the fact that that card is has
Yeah, the
a
fact that you
very
get to counter
large-
thoughts is you get to. Like, obviously, again,
I want to make a.
this card
What is that
would
1
be
mana?
good.
What is that? Not quite the same. What's the 1 mana white removal spell that kills something,
Plow?
that exiles something with CMC 1?
Oh, isolate.
Yeah,
Regulate?
Isolate.
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 It's on the stream right. It's on the screen right now.
Yep.
Like, that's definitely, like, that's the. Admittedly, I will say, notably fewer CMC 1 permanents than spells that we see. But definitely a interesting card.
Yeah, but you get to counter like Force of Will and stuff, right? Like,
Oh yeah, like
that is.
definitely has like relevancy.
Sorry.
By
Well-
all means, counter all of the brainstorms and cantrips and like just all that at 1 mana is pretty solid.
Well, Zannty and Symbleman started their game late, so we could try to jump into Brahms and Luca.
Blahguy done.
Yeah, this game is over. We get
It
to
is.
finish with no clear winner today, which is kind of a bummer, but you know, kind of how tournaments go sometimes, how Swiss tournaments go sometimes.
Exactly.
The next. Yeah, let's watch Bram v Luca. I'm going to go ahead and join. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. My internet just have a massive brain fart.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
So.
Okay,
So we have
Luca.
Lucas against who was it again?
So Brahms versus
again?
Luca.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Brahms.
Brahms versus
So I think that
Fluke,
I'm on Team Brahms here. Like,
Yeah.
for who's winning. Like,
Brahm
this feels like this is like, you remember how I've been criticizing playing Baneslayer Angel and such?
I don't
Yeah.
think I remember things as a whole, like in general.
Yeah,
Try
the
not
thing
to.
is,
Haha,
Brahms is
8-8
also
Bert.
up a game, so
But even then, I will say it's not like it's that big like a difference. I think it's a pretty even deck matchup.
mhm.
Why are you playing Seeker and Baneslayer?
I don't understand the question.
I'm more surprised about Sunlands.
Core Firewalk. Okay, actually, I kind of get that one. To be fair, that's medical.
Yeah, I mean, Corfired Walker, considering the meta that we the metas that
That
we
is
have
actually
seen, Corfired
that's the
Walker
one
being in
unusual
decks
card
is
I'm
not,
looking at. I'm like, yep, that makes sense. Makes
like,
fucking sense.
if your opponent is on red deck wins, Corfired Walker is a ranching.
Absolutely, or even just like black red, red green. It's red green is something that's insane against, but like it's gonna make Wolfgang just cry, or me, mostly me apparently.
like I'm not playing Skullcrack anymore, so Bone Crusher Giants are really
Oh, you're
my
not playing
only.
Skullcrack. Interesting.
It's just too slow. Like,
I get that.
yeah,
But also, like with Bone Crusher Giant, what you have to do is attack, hope that they block, then Bone Crusher something else. They gain a life off of your Bone Crusher, and
But
Well, you
then
can just hit the face. Like,
That's
it's
the
not like
thing.
you can't hit. You can just hit the face. Worst case scenario.
yeah.
yeah.
It's not like
thing
you're
is,
like
they
saying, "Oh
always
god, they have
block
no
Core
targets. I have
Firewalk.
to hit my own creature. Oh no."
Yeah, you gotta cast ice here to stay alive.
That's a big Fiend Artisan right there.
Staying alive. Staying
I
alive.
honestly don't know how much I like Fiend Artisan in this kind of deck. Like, yes, it's definitely a great way to just find whatever creature you need, but like, I don't like Fornisham in this type of deck either, really. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's
I'm
a great
unsure.
way to get
Is
this.
this a hoof deck or a medium green deck?
It's a medium hoof deck.
And I hate that because like it's like saying, do I want vanilla or chocolate? Yes, I'll take half of both and just ruin the fucking thing.
Actually, vanilla
The
and
thing is-
chocolate go pretty
And I
well
don't mean
together.
Stracciatella here, because that's great.
Yeah.
I just mean just melt it for it together, then mix it and just hope it works.
Oh, we do
And probably
have an end
you
of
could. I'm gonna mention two even worse things.
Yeah,
That
you
probably
probably
isn't
do worse than doing this union of chocolate and vanilla. Like that is that is not that revolutionary.
Like
It
this
has
isn't
been
like
done
we haven't
before.
started mixing Storm and medium green here at this point. That'd be like mixing something completely just disamogenous. Like that's a crime. That's a war crime right there.
How are we doing? We have
Also
Zannty
because
and
it'll
Symbolman
make me
still
go and
going.
make me start a
Yes.
war up against you and kill some people. What? Sorry?
We have Zannty and Symbolman still going. Yes.
We have a new game, Cosmet.
I might say some evil, actually really dark humor stuff, like committing war crimes.
Please
Yeah,
do not
but,
commit war crimes on
Kindly
Cosmet's
ignore all of
behalf.
that.
So
I'm just mentally deranged. That's all.
I'm gonna assume Zannty is going to lose this one.
I'm going to
As
assume that
he
that's what's
does.
given.
Oh, okay.
I do not know what game they're on. I'm going to assume this is
It's game one.
more than game one.
It
This
is
is
game
game one?
Yeah. They started late, right? Because Symbolman
Yeah. I guess
was making
Getting
that
the
famous
sandwich.
sandwich.
The sandwich.
I hope it was a good sandwich.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, good sandwiches are good. Bad sandwiches are real bad.
I haven't found the floor on sandwiches to be that low,
Really?
to be honest. Like, okay, if you have no idea what you're doing, then sure. But like,
Well, the thing about having a floor to sandwiches is sandwiches on the floor, I think, is the floor.
Like as long as it is A, edible, and B, like you have any idea what you're doing, so they're just probably not gonna be like terrible.
With how long this match has taken, I wonder if they're going to start a new match.
Yeah. Although
I think it's.
they did start
think-
late.
I think if they get to the point of game 3, yes, they might.
Yeah, game 3 will probably if game 3 happens, I would guess it's gonna be in a new.
Yeah,
But
'cause
they're
at
not allowed to
12
until
minutes
game 3 is about
and
to prior to game
16.
3. Specifically because we have had some insanely long games prior.
True.
We are kind of into the idea
Archaeo
of
Man
our
versus
matches
Symbol
not
Man. I
last
didn't
an
actually
hour and
expect
40
the
minutes at this
Archaeo Man.
point.
Yeah,
That's actually very interesting.
when I played against Symbol Man earlier, they had Archaeomancer. The Vesperlark that you can see in the graveyard is actually a very important part with that Archaeomancer, because Vesperlark gets creatures with power 1 or less.
Correct.
So you can get back the Archaeomancer. It's another loop. It's a much more expensive and slower loop. But it is.
But if you're taking infinite turns, you're kind of fine with paying a premium for that.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, what is the loop?
So Vesperlark gets back Archaeomancer from the graveyard, if it gets there somehow. And then Archaeomancer gets flickered by the Ephemerate, gets Time Walk. That the Vesperlark just means that it is very hard to interrupt the combo, because if you kill Archaeomancer, you can target
Here's actually a fun little fact for you. Instead of sacrificing the Vesperlark, just play the Vesperlark, cast the Ephemerate, targeting the Vesperlark.
Well, yeah.
Because it's not a dice trigger, it's a leaves trigger. Because that's how evoke cards were. For some reason, chosen that's how they make most sense. I don't understand why.
I mean, there were only like 2.
I like it.
Like when they printed the book, there were only 2 cards that triggered on leave anyway, right? I think Spite Bellows and Revelark were the only 2 leave the battlefield triggers.
No, all of the.
Those are also evoke cards.
No. Like Mold Rift
No.
triggers or enters the battlefield, right? So does Shrikmo. Like
I
most
think
cards trigger
Awful
on
Snout. Awful Snout also.
Awful Snout triggered on leave? Okay.
Yeah, I think there was a couple.
It is leaves the battlefield.
Even Rift Watcher.
That card was
Aurification
Yeah.
says leaves play.
Reality Acid.
Again, I'm talking about specifically evoke cards.
Fair.
But all evoke cards are either leaves or enters the battlefield.
Like I am aware that Thragtusk exists. I'm not saying that.
Well, that's. Wait, is Fractus also leaves the
Yeah,
battlefield?
Thragtusk is a little bit battlefield, yeah. Thragtusk with the Restoration Angel used to be a combo in that standard.
I'm well aware. I just forgot the also Omega 3 part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Almost
no, there's
there's
actually a bunch of the leaves, Melville, Revelark, Spike Bellows, like you mentioned, Slivermuse, Never Make, Awful Snout. That's a classic. If you don't know what Awful Snout does,
It's on
that's
the stream
actually
right
completely
now.
fair.
Yeah. Could we get to another picture? Awful Snout is kind of awful to look at.
That is perfectly valid. I do like Zannty Sand here. Quite good. Turn 1, Stormcurrent into turn 2, Goblin Guide. Hold up days.
I think if you're going to go, I think you definitely lead on Goblin Guide.
I completely disagree. Because against Lucas' deck, you can bolt or daze a lot of 1-drops, and then you have the creature growing quite quickly.
Yes, but you can't actually I'm coming from the perspective of someone that wants to be aggressive here.
I mean, me too. That's why I prefer playing the Stormcurrent, because the Stormcurrent on turn 2 is so much worse than a Stormcurrent on turn 1. But a Goblin Guide on turn 2 is not that much worse than a turn 1 Goblin Guide, which is exactly why Stormcurrent is the 1-drop I will play first, and pretty much no matter what.
Yeah. My only thought process is that if you play Stompkart turn 1. They have so many
I
more
think you
things.
taste the wall here, honestly.
Oh yeah, completely.
Like, yes, you get to untap perhaps and get a land, but
Yeah, I mean, this
yes, you
is one
could
of those spells where you
chain
don't get to
lightning,
be.
but
This is one of those spells where you don't get to be too peaky, right? Like your hand of have
Yeah.
to.
let's see. Do we draw something of relevance? We do.
Yep.
So we just get in for 4 here, keep up the charm. Possibly kill a man. Who knows? Possibly don't. Contemplate murder. You know, the usual.
Unfortunately, Murder is a black spell and it's very hard to cast in this deck.
In this Bant deck, you don't think that.
They're playing green, of course they can cast murder. Okay. Pop quiz time. How many Magic cards have murder in their title?
4.
I hear 4. Marco.
My guess is 16.
I don't cut. Just for reference, I'm not cutting on cards and such. There is
Are
11.
you? Okay, I was about to say, are
We
we
have-
doing Price is Rights rule where the highest?
Sure. I guess 16 wins then.
No. The highest. It's the highest without going over.
Oh
right?
no, I just think I'd say closest to numerically.
Yeah.
I don't know Price is Right. I'm not a fucking American.
I
To
could
be
only
fair, actually
name...
though, there's 11 cards that have like murder as part of their name, but like that also includes cards that have the word murderer
this
or
one was 12.
murderers.
That's not bad.
Yeah, like I was
That's
thinking,
really
like,
close. That's technically 12, depending on like if you
Yeah.
count
There's
a
only
contraption.
4 that have literally the word murder in the name. So
are you
that's kind
saying
of
that I called
yeah, you called it.
it?
Can you
'Cause I knew
name,
about murder?
Can you name
There's
any of those
murder?
cards except for murder?
Murder of Crows?
Murder of Crows, that's good. Yeah.
There's at least 2 more I think you should know. 3 more, arguably, actually.
Well, no. I'm talking about cards that contain the literal word murder, not without counting like murderer or murderers, because those.
Oh,
are,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 3.
There's 4.
Investigate a
4, yeah.
murder?
Murder investigation is a card. Yes.
I'll count it.
Yeah, that's the white aura from Return of
Yeah,
the
that
Ravnica
like
You
when
have,
it
you have
dies.
all but 1. That's
What's
I think
the
you know
last
this
I
one.
will tell you this much. The last one has one of the most metal names that I've ever seen. That the metal card could have.
We have also been to this set twice. This plane twice.
This plane twice.
Yeah,
Where
and
it's from.
the card was in both.
Archetype of murder?
No,
Okay.
Oh,
I
that'd be
had-
a really cool card.
that would be a cool card. The black archetype was archetype of finality.
That's gonna be like the black one with
I'm
Death
talking
Touch.
obviously about Timaret the Murder King.
Oh, the
I thought it was
Murder King.
Timuret.
Yeah, Timuret the Murder King.
Timaret the Murder King. Yeah.
Tim,
Yeah.
the Murder King. Damn it.
He is a Tim, though.
Damn
He
it,
does-
Tim.
He does ping things.
He doesn't ping.
I just
he
want I want to
shocks
see an
things.
altar of Timur the Murder King called Tim the Murder King,
The Murder
and it's just
King.
some random like
Some
Joe.
guy.
who just
He's just
straight
like
up just get like a fucking stock photo.
What
Yeah,
happened?
it's just like a regular guy in like a suit, like a casual suit, and he has just this crown that has like blood stains all over it.
No. Absolutely everything should look completely normal. Nothing
Hey.
should be off at all, and that's what makes
Guys.
it great.
Oh, never mind. I was like, wait, what happened? And then I realized that Symbolman was at one life.
Just like going through nicknames in the office. So welcome to the firm. This is Peter Jackson. You get the joke. Ha ha ha. And blah blah blah. And then we have Tim the Murder King.
This
What?
is Tim, he's the Murder King.
Long story. Moving on. Huh?
It'd be really interesting if they were surprised that they were the Murder King.
Excuse me?
Tim, the Murder King. What?
No, Tim just goes, oh.
You murdered one person.
In reality, Tim got that nickname from just being so good at like werewolves and such.
No, I would say like it's not even that. It's like a title that they've inherited that they have no about.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a family title.
That's how being a king
Oh,
works, right? It's hereditary, yeah.
Okay, let's do another one. How many cards have the word bold in the title? Just the word,
The word
not like-
bold.
8.
So if it's like something bold, something in like one word,
Yeah, I'm gonna say 8.
that's fine. 8?
Yeah.
Marco, no cheat.
I looked it up. I'm sorry. I did not.
Marco, you cheat.
I did check.
Chat. Can we get some chat guesses if anyone's listening?
Yeah, there are 18.
No, that's 21. I'm counting just the word
Oh, you're
bold
just
anywhere.
anything that has bold as part of
Yes.
the name. I guess the question is,
Specific-
can you name the 3
specifically
cards
'cause
that
if
have
I-
bold in their name, but it's not?
What was the last one? What was the last one I didn't notice? That's Bold Wing, Thunderbolt. What's the last one that didn't have it fully? Firebolt.
Oh, Firebolt.
Makes sense to count this Lotus Cobra. Really important card to get out of here. Like, if they get to just go off in an Oracle afterwards, they can just get so far ahead.
Yeah, okay, sure. Let's
Now,
talk
this is
about the
interesting.
game
What-
again.
I guess-
Fine.
I guess would you play the Stonekirk Preordain here, or would you play the thing nice? I don't
I think you want to
actually
play
know.
the thing in the ice. Because, like, as you
I
said,
I really actually like getting the Stonekirk down here. Again, the same argument as before.
I think in this position, though, you're a lot more defensive of a hand because you don't have.
Yeah.
Or, like, thing in the ice is going to flip.
I think if you don't get the Stonekirk down, it's just a 1/1.
I like how the R in Stormkirk just went away when you pronounce it, so it's just Stormkirk.
I mean, it sounds better.
Stonkskirk.
Stonekirk Noble. Stonekirk Noble.
Stonks.
I mean, I can say Stromkirk Noble, but it's just.
Apparently
It's
you
just-
can, because you just said Stormkirk no goal.
I know. Stromkirk. It's just not natural. Stromkirk. That was.
Stromkirk Noggle for when we combine
Noggle.
Innistrad and Shadowmoor.
Stromkirk Noble. Oh, Stormkirk Knuckle. Stonk!
Yeah.
Oh no.
The thing in the ice is getting very close to flipping, so that's the only reason
I can't take anything seriously anymore.
The only reason I can see actually putting the thing of the ice out first.
Drunk. Okay, here I completely just disagree. You should definitely have cast the Grim Lavamancer. Oh, wait. Sarcasm. Beep boop. Yeah, let's see what you hit off the Carding Oracle here first. Because you can't even get like Lotus Cobra and then try and generate infinite mana.
No.
Quotation mark. Put in your quotation marks here.
Thanks, Marco.
No problem.
Ah, truly. Thing of beauty.
Oh, that's actually going to be pretty decent here. Actually, no. It just cuts you off of most of your mana.
To be fair, I actually thought it was Stormkirk.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense than Strom, which is just like a name word.
I mean, setting-wise, it makes a lot of sense that it's Stormkirk.
Yeah.
I actually said it correctly. Then I tried to retcon it, and then fucked it up somehow. Beautiful, just fucking beautiful.
I'm pretty sure you play the Fairy Conclave here.
I'm pretty sure you play the goddamn back to base.
But why would you play back to basics here?
Why wouldn't you?
Because you have 3 non-basic lands in your hand, and your opponent can have basics of all the colors that they have in their deck.
I see no problem with this. Not at all. It's not like I was sarcastic or anything.
Yeah. I definitely think that the Conclave does a lot more in the long run for the factory.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And you're not holding up against anything, so yeah, I agree. Getting the card that can get in the air into play immediately seems pretty good.
And it doesn't
This
get bounced by
this
your
vegan ice
thing.
isn't really that impressive when your opponent's just like, I guess I'll just play my frag tusk again. Oh no!
Yeah.
Poo poo. How horrible! I will never win. Oh no!
That's
It's
kind of
me.
awful. I
Yep.
guess you just hardcast it.
Yeah, probably.
Hope to get a red source off it.
Yeah, something. Or like any souls and just something to cast, preferably.
Yeah.
There is definitely an argument to just keeping it in the hand and just passing. I just don't
Well,
like that argument.
no, like if you get like
Dunk,
a
noble.
land and a cantrip, you're kind of golden.
Or land on the land.
Yeah,
Actually pretty good.
land is not exactly what you wanted.
No, but like it's better than land and spell that you can't cast.
Well, you can cast it next turn.
I keep forgetting that sometimes.
Yeah, Light of the Stage is a real good card.
It is. Oh god, the fucking value on Simple Man's side.
Yeah.
Can we just move on to? Oh wait, this is game free.
Yeah.
Can we just move on to Can we just call it? Can we just
Move
send a
on
message to
to
Zannty and
the
just say
end credits.
spare us the time?
So, yeah, I
Now,
agree with that.
has Zannty technically lost? No. That's all I have to say, really,
Yeah.
in this regard.
What are they targeting? I guess the Drag Tusk? Yeah.
I'm frankly a bit tempted to just go like, can I? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah. That's
The angel will be coming. The angel is coming. All fear the angel. Why are we not playing that fairy conclave? Why did you put it in your deck if you're not gonna play it?
well,
Do we
they wanted to
really
get
care about that island? Do we? Do we? Actually, we probably do.
Yeah, yeah. That's a defensible thing. The Mistress Factory is not doing a lot.
Damn it! I forgot to remove the stonks beam.
A thing of beauty. Truly.
Karma Guide. Getting back to Drag Tusk.
Oh yeah, I've been trying to find a kill in a Highlander with a new combo. You guys, at least you, Marco, and Zannty, who isn't here, play like historic and gladiator, correct? And
No,
or
Zannty played a bunch of historic because he was qualified for the qualifier. I've not played very much historic, but I do play gladiator.
someone found a really neat historic legal combo and kind of gladiator, but
obviously
legal.
gladiator being singleton make things a lot worse.
Yeah, I know that was Lowman 5. I did see the combo, and I am not in the historic queues right now because, or not low. Is it Lowman 5?
Huh? No, I don't think so.
What's his name? I will.
It's Lowman.
I know exactly.
No. There's
There's
different.
multiple
I'll find the name.
Lowmans
It's
that
it's cake something. Let me find the name. One second, I have the name in a moment.
I'm sorry, I cannot.
Yesterday's. Who came up with the combo, as far as I know. At least one of them. It might have been brought up in somewhere in our Reddit too. I don't know.
Yeah, because.
But there's this combo between Neo Genesis, which I keep calling it, but it's called Neoform. Why do I keep calling it Neo Genesis? Neoform and the new I don't remember what it's called, the 2-1 with Kicker that copies your next CMC 2 or less instant sorcery.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that the picture is just the same Like you didn't even really need to move it. Like yes, it works moving it.
No. Yeah, I mean, I did, but like it kind of worked.
But like you play, I can't remember what it's called. I can literally just search it up.
You play Dualcaster Mage.
Yes, I'm gonna get to that. That is not quite there yet.
Oh,
It's
you're talking-
Seagate Stonecaller.
Mhm.
Because it works with dual custom mage as well, but it's easier with Seagate. So you cast Seagate. That one works not nearly as well.
Yeah.
Mark.
Yeah.
Look.
My head, the pain. So you cast Seagate Oracle,
Oh, Stormcaller.
Stonecaller, which allows you to copy the next CMC 2 or less.
I thought it was Stonecaller.
it's
And
a
I was
Stonecaller.
like, what?
Yes.
Hmm.
You don't really care for the kicker, but you just cast new form, sack the Seagate, and then copy the new form. You can now get 2 free drops, and then the first free drop you get is dual custom mage, which then copies your new form, which then gets another dual custom mage, which then copies neo form, and then you can get 3 mana copies in the form of mirror image and the new glass pool something, whatever it's called, the new land 3 mana clone, like we got also from Seneca Rising. And you can then make a giant board of just 3/2s, 3/2 dual custom mages in that manner.
And then you
Then
get
you get
Tuck
something
Tuck
that gives them all
Rebel
haste.
Fort.
Yeah, then you get Tuck
Rebel
Rebel
Fort.
Fort, give it all haste, and if you want to, you can get something like Bolt Hound, or whatever that 4/1 that you can exert to take another combat step, something like that, and then you can just kill him on turn 4, or maybe even turn 3 if you're lucky.
Yeah, so it wasn't Low Man 5, it's Yo Man 5.
Ah.
Yeah. Here's the link to the tweet that got this all started. But yeah, the deck is pretty nuts.
Oh, it's no longer available actually. Curious.
Hmm?
Oh no, I don't know why I opened the link and then said it wasn't available, and then I opened it again and then somehow worked, and I'm deeply confused.
Twitter can be weird.
Sounds about right.
That's a good look for you, Gosmet, though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
The hammer really brings out your murderous intent.
It's a hammer?
Guess what, like a peacocks? With like a
Yeah,
really
kind-
long...
It's a fucking staff! I'm a wizard, damn it! That aside, I just haven't really felt like commentating this game for real, because this just does not feel like a game where Zannty has any chance at all, frankly. I know, this is kind of rude, like just ignoring the game, but an Oko in play, a regrowth that can get back a Comic Guy that then gets back a Frag Tusk, like,
Or like you just save it to get back your Oko.
or just get back your Oko if it were to die.
Yeah,
To like flipped. Like you need something real friggin' good here to win.
Cyclonic Rift?
Not even close.
No.
Jeez, the Mind Sculptor ain't bad.
It's not bad, but I don't really know what.
It ain't bad, but I don't know if it's good.
I don't know if it's good enough. Like, do you?
I think you have to be brainstorming with it, but
What are you brainstorming into that's going to change anything?
hopefully some fetches to get rid of for bad cards, and possibly some cantrips that allow us to bounce our opponent's board, attack Oko down. So like something like, I was gonna say Preordain, but like Ponder. Ponder would be a great draw. Honestly, just about any cheap interactive spell. And again, like I said, anything that shuffles also would be lovely.
They tick down to bounce one of the beasts, which I can.
I hate that.
I can understand why they did it. I don't.
I just
think it
feel
was the
like you
best
just
thing
want
to
to like, oh, I just realized it's a free. Right.
Yeah, the
Right.
Thing of the Ice isn't doing anything.
Definitely did miss that part because I definitely wasn't ever following the game, so can't miss it if I'm not trying to look.
Yeah, I think the thing is, the brainstorming can also set up a Delver flip, but
Yeah.
with having the 2 beasts on the battlefield, you would have to throw
Yeah, but like,
and
on the other
Grim
hand,
Lavamancer under the boss.
like, Jace is like a real good magic card, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
But the rest of what Zannty has here just doesn't seem that great in this situation. Like, Delver, yeah, even if it goes free to, just really doesn't attack that great into a comic guide. They don't care about a comic guide dying. Or a Call of Calling. And
But also from
Grim
Zannty's
Lavamancer
perspective, they
doesn't
don't
kill
know
that many things of importance.
from Zannty's side of the perspective, they have no idea that they can get back Karmic Guide.
No, true. That's not what I'm talking about, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
But
talking about
also,
like, just
Grim Lavamancer
like
can-
Simpleman's deck has a lot of cards that like draw cards or like get value in other ways.
Yeah. But like, even if they do get the Karmic Guide back, Grim Lavamancer can actually kill the Karmic.
Whoa!
That's a interesting switch.
I did not expect that. I would have seen it become a. I would have expected it to become maybe a free. I could have seen that.
I'm not
But I did
100%
not expect
judge,
that.
but I'm pretty sure that this is actually going to work out in Zannty's favor.
Judge, aka Marco,
Yes.
what happens here?
What's the question? Sorry.
Well, with exchange effects, if one of the targets of the exchange is gone, doesn't the exchange effect fizzle?
It will not happen. Yeah.
Yeah. So they had to switch with the beast, not with the.
At which point, why not just turn the Grim Lavamancer into a beast?
Yes.
Which
I know
is kind of
what's
my
happening
general
here.
question also.
No, this
Why not
this
just
was
turn the Grim Lavamancer into a beast?
this was bait to get the Grim Lavamancer off. So
Ah,
they
that
could
makes
combo
sense.
off this
Yeah, now
time.
you just win with an infinite time wall. You know what? That's actually a really good point. Just win the game.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's
Us.
that's-
What's the
that's-
most what's the best way to play around Grim Lavamancer and just to what's the also optimal play still, man? I don't know, winning the game with a
Yeah.
combo? Huh?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Yeah.
Have you considered winning the game?
No, that ain't me, friend. That ain't me, friend.
Nani?
The interesting thing is they don't actually they have all the things they need to win.
Yep. And then some.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's not much of a game here. We have a loop going. And
Oh yeah.
unless Zannty somehow pulls out the most incredible play of bluffing somehow that I've never seen and probably will never see ever,
So
then I'll be highly impressed.
I think that what Zannty can do here is that if you tap and then press Z to untap your Game Lavamancer enough, you can actually cause it to rotate fast enough that it will eventually clip through the table and cause an out of bounds glitch that I will stop.
Speedrun MTGO, let's go. I think this would be in the on the GDQ.
Yeah.
You know how they have like the bad games?
yeah, in the silly games done quick part. Like the bad number of Yu-Gi-Oh games.
Yeah.
Like, Yu-Gi-Oh Forbidden
How to
Memories.
speedrun MTGO?
Yu-Gi-Oh Forbidden Memories goes on that
Play the MTGO
marathon like
campaign.
several has been there several times, and that game is horrible. Like without manipulating drops, it's you have to rely on so much. I'm gonna stop talking about. Follow GDQ.
I'm curious.
If you.
I'm curious. Does the arena have a speedrun? Can you speedrun arena?
I haven't.
No.
Maybe you can speedrun the tutorial.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, like there's a thing that at the beginning of every season, there's a bunch of people that race to be first in Mythic.
Yeah, I guess you would try to speedrun home, but like it's too random. Like there is too much
I
RNG,
mean,
I think.
people speedrun like I've seen like Chandelier. I guess that's the closest we
Yeah.
get, and like Rules
Chandelier
of the
is a
Planeswalkers.
good speedrun game actually. It's kind of weird.
God,
No.
11 minutes, 19 seconds. Isn't it
Yeah.
very RNG?
Yes, it is very high RNG because you get random card drops from.
Yeah, it sounds so ridiculous, honestly.
But I mean, there are games that have plenty of RNG, and then 11-minute speedrun isn't that bad, right? That you can't like.
Oh god, I just came up with a shite joke. You remember Tim the Murder King?
Oh,
Yes.
Tim.
Yeah, you know what his favorite card is?
Murder?
Tim Walk.
Ah.
God. His favorite power line. Oh,
Before Gosmith's attempts at jokes
Oh, no.
actually make all of our audience go away, I just want to give everybody a reminder that if you're not on our Discord,
I'm not responsible for any
you
suicide
want to subscribe, you want to be on the Canadian Highlander Discord. The exclamation point Discord will get you there, and if you're watching on YouTube, you can just drop the you can just look at the description down below. The Discord is great of people that can get you started on playing Canadian Highlander, and they can get you they can help you with finding games both online, and people also play on Spell Table with paper cards if that's more your jam. We have access to a link for you, so if you just sign up for next event, if you want, which exclamation point next event, and if you are watching the website, you on YouTube, you can go to our website, which should also be in the description. But it's a lot. But you should definitely also be on the Discord, because that's where the announcement, like various announcements, go up, and like discussions about how the tournament event. A reminder to all of our players that starting next week, we're gonna have Zannty Resurgent card allowed into our tournament this week. The cards aren't sent legal yet, so we decided not to. Also, another reminder, which if you're not subscribed to the channel, you could subscribe to this channel. It's pretty cool. We would love to have some help in the monetary sense to basically keep the things going, offer prizes, that sort of thing. We are nearing the end. We only have 2 weeks left in this season, after which we will invite the top 8 players to the tournament finals, and we'll see what's going on there, and it's gonna be sweet. Gosmith, you were about to say something.
Nothing of real big importance.
All right.
Honestly.
With that said, the person that I'm gonna direct you towards is actually gonna be Rakdos, who is not a Highlander human, but he's an awesome streamer. I've been watching actually a lot of his video on Channel Fireball recently, and he is great at explaining how a format like Legacy works. And I think Legacy and Legacy is kind of like the competitive version, right, of Highlander with 60 heads and stuff. I think it's pretty. I'm just going to send you there. Go make noise in his channel. Let's go. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will be talking to you next week. Bye.